Diamond back for Zach Gallen.
The D-backs open up their home stand, their stretch run, 12 games to go to get in to October with a win, a dominant win on Monday night, 9-1 over the San Francisco Giants, the team that last night entering was directly in front of them by a half game. Now the Giants are directly behind them by a half game. The Snakes entered last night 2 games out of a wild card spot. They are now a game and a half behind the New York Mets in the wild card race. New York 77-73, D-backs 76-75. Reds won last night, so they are even now with the Giants, a half game behind Arizona. And then St. Louis, who David Dragon Ball Amada declared legally dead yesterday, sitting 4.5 games behind. You won't make any friends with all my Cardinal fan base back from my Memphis Redbirds day, calling their Redbirds dead at this point.
On a completely unrelated note, how's your dad?
Oh, he's not doing well.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, he's not doing well at all for his Mets. But to be fair, DK, for all your friends who are St. Louis Cardinal fans, I have been a victim of their voodoo magic for long enough. I will say what I will say about the St. Louis Cardinals. As a Pirates fan, with the one glory time I had in that mid to late 2010s era, I will have my moment in the sun, sir.
Okay. All right. There you go. For sure. You heard the highlight there at the top. Zach Gallen becoming just the 3rd D-backs pitcher in history, franchise history, with over 1,000 strikeouts. I know you know number 1. Do you know number 2 on this list? 520-848-1290.
Well, yeah, obviously the big guy, Randy Johnson, has got to be number 1.
The big guy. The big guy is number 1. He is the only one in franchise history to strike out more than 2,000 batters. He's 2,077.
The obvious third answer would be Schilling because he was a strikeout artist, but I don't think he was here long enough.
No, that's a good guess. In fact, I thought that's probably who you would guess, but you're absolutely right. He was not here long enough.
I mean, Brandon Webb has to be the other one, isn't it?
Brandon Webb is number 2 on that list with 1,065 strikeouts. So Randy Johnson, Brandon Webb, Zach Gallen are 1, 2, 3 in franchise history. Now, there are 2 guys. It gets even better. There are 2 guys. There's one guy. He'd have to come back. He could come back. He'd have to come back sitting at 998. And another guy, and the number 5 guy on the list was at 897. Could you name either of those 2 guys?
It has to come back, and I know that Scherzer got a start.
Both of these guys could. Both of these guys technically could come back because they're both still active.
Oh man,
he's thinking about that. How close was Cousin Merrill before he got
Cousin Merrill? I'd have to look that up. I'd have to look up how close Merrill Kelly got to 1,000. How long was he? He was only here like maybe 3-4 years potentially. Was Cousin Merrill? I don't know.
Greinke's still not pitching. Can't be Greinke.
Let's see. Cousin Merrill. Cousin Merrill was here 7 years. He had 865. So he would be just under the guy sitting at number 5. I'll give you a hint. Well, if I give you a hint, you're going to get it. I'll give you 2. I'll give you one hint and then maybe a second hint. One of these guys, I think we faced last week.
Was it Robbie Ray?
Robbie Ray.
Okay.
Robbie Ray is number 4 on that list at 998. The other guy was a little bit of a surprise because I didn't know he was. I couldn't remember exactly how long he was here, but another lefty.
Oh, Patrick Corbin.
Patrick Corbin.
Yes, Patrick Corbin.
897. So Randy Johnson, Brandon Webb, Zach Gallen, Robbie Ray, and Patrick Corbin. So 3 of the guys on that list, lefties. about
who's moving up fast is Brandon Fott. I mean, he hasn't been there very long. He was a rookie like 3 years ago, right?
Brandon Fott.
He's got over 400.
Yeah.
Oof.
There you go. Right there. So good stuff there for Zach Gallen. Another the performance that you need. This is just like Bob Brenly said. These are the games you want to be playing. Meaningful games in September with a chance to go to the postseason. Now just a game and a half out of the wild card. This was a tight game until the 6th inning when the Diamondbacks would put up a 6th spot.
2-2 on Ildemaro Vargas. He's got Corbin Carroll at third base. Gabriel Moreno at second and Blaze Alexander at first. Vargas, base hit. Corbin scores. They're going to wave Gabby. Here's the throw, and it's cut off. Lawler drives it deep to left. It's on its way, and he just missed it. Jordan Lawler with the RBI double. Loops it high in the air to left. Ramos backing up, and he'll watch it go. James McCann's second consecutive game with a home run, and they have broke this thing open at 6-1. And he still hasn't. Perdomo splits the gap. Go, Jake, go. McCarthy flying around third. Perdomo heads for third. He's got the RBI triple.
Geraldo Perdomo continues to swing that hot bat for your Arizona Wildcats. Big inning there. How about Brian McCann? James McCann. I keep wanting to call him Brian McCann. James McCann showing the power the last 2 games. That's what you like to see. You like to see guys that maybe you're not expecting necessarily anything from. Give you a little bit of a power source. Good to hear Jordan Lawler's name in the highlights. I think he's hitting 296 this month since coming back from AAA Reno, where he was injured a bit, and I believe he is. Let me do a quick math here. He's still only hitting like 171 since he came up, but starting to get a hit. I don't think he has. He has one multi-hit game. I think he had one multi-hit game right after he came back up. Getting a hit here and there, but at least getting some hits and getting some extra base hits. He has 6 doubles since he came back up from AAA. So at least good to see Jordan Lawler kind of starting to work it out. Still a long way to go for that young man, but you gotta take it step by step for sure.
You know what I've learned this year is that triples have no bearing on winning percentage.
No,
because Arizona's led the majors in triples since day one.
Yeah,
they've been leading. Do you know who's number 2?
Who's that?
The Rockies.
The Rockies?
By a lot, yeah.
I would think it would be the Giants because they have that thing called Triples Alley there.
Arizona has 36 triples. The Rockies have 35 triples this season.
There you go. Good to hear there. Good to see there. That
you got to find a way to bring them home from third.
You got to for sure. All right, let's hear from Torey Lavello, the manager of your Arizona Diamondbacks, after the 9-1 win over the Giants.
This team's gritty. They're fighting every single day, and the energy that they bring and the focus that they bring in the most critical times when it's done right, you can see how we perform. It's a lot of fun for me to watch. Tonight, I think Zach went out, gave us a chance to get our footing. Those little bit of unknown that you're playing the team that you're locked up with, and you're just kind of standing in the middle of the ring, dancing around, seeing who's gonna jab first. And we responded in a really, really great way and scored 6 runs to break that game open. It was a lot of really patient at-bats. It was a lot of really crucial at-bats where we executed and slugged the baseball. And it's, when you look up at the end of the night and you have 9 hits, 4 walks, you give up 2 hits, you make no errors, you got a really good chance of winning the baseball game. So those type of games are a lot of fun for everybody to watch. And the crowd was awesome today. I know school's back in session. I know there's a lot of practices happening, and parents are being parents, and I love that. But if you can find a way to get out here and support us right now, we would certainly appreciate that. The love that we felt out there from the fans that were here today, I know it gave us a certain energy and pushed us along. But this was a really, really crucial game. It's game 1 of 3. We got to come out and do the same thing again tomorrow. Congrats to Zach. He joins really elite D-back company with Webby and RJ with his 1,000th strikeout. That's amazing. So Zach is in a really good spot right now, and he's been working hard to make this happen, and he carried us, and like I said, gave us a chance to give us our footing until we were able to break this game open.
All right, so you got a night game tonight. The Diamondbacks have won 3 in a row and 4 of their last 5 ball games. You got a night game tonight, turnaround, day game tomorrow, off day on Thursday before the Phillies come in. Now, the good news is the Phillies clinched already. They've already won the National League East Division, doing so last night in Los Angeles. Not to say that they're going to come in and not play hard, but they probably because again they're going to want home field, so they're going to want to try to win as many games. But the specter of trying to win the division is now off, so potentially a little bit of an advantage coming in here against Philly this weekend. Then you've got another off day on Monday. Dodgers Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at home to wrap up the regular season here at Chase Field. And then you go to San Diego for the final 3 games of the season. So, again, it's not going to be easy. The final 9 games are against teams that are definitely going to be in the postseason. So you've got to, and this is what you want. If you can go through that gauntlet there and get in playing the Phillies, the Dodgers, and the Padres, you're going to be feeling strong about yourself, I think, and what you could potentially do in the wild card round in the National League. If you can get through that gauntlet right there and get in, that's going to be pretty impressive and a pretty strong stance for this ball club.
Are you surprised, David Kelly, that there are only 2 teams that have clinched a playoff berth on September 16th?
I'm more, I think, surprised that I looked up yesterday, and I think there were only like 3 or 4 teams that have been eliminated to this point. I think that was maybe the bigger surprise for me.
Yeah.
Is that there's not that many teams that have actually been eliminated from the
the Rockies got eliminated 4 months ago. The Pirates just recently got eliminated.
Weren't they eliminated in week 2?
Nationals,
like that.
Angels, White Sox, and Twins have been eliminated.
Every last place team in every division in baseball but the AL East has been eliminated. Somehow or another, the Orioles are still alive, and that might be coming to an end here within the next 24 to 48 hours.
According to the smart mathy people at MIT, they have a 0.1% chance of making the playoffs.
Exactly.
The smart mathy people. I like that. DK on the sports tip. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. It is Tuesday, which means we are breaking down Arizona Wildcats football with our guy Glenn Howe. That'll be in the 5 o'clock hour towards the end of the show, as we always do. There is no football this weekend, but there is triathlon. U of A triathlon. The national champion's going to have their first home meet ever this weekend, this Saturday, on campus. It's going to be all around campus, so you have a chance to go over to the U of A campus Saturday morning and see these talented young ladies compete. We're going to talk to their head coach, Wes Johnson. He'll join us as well in the 5 o'clock hour. Also, we'll check in with our former coach, Jed Fish, up in Washington. And also we've got Desmond Roebuck, who's off to a pretty solid start to his college career up with the Washington Huskies. Roman Tomashoff. Is that how you pronounce it, David? Tomashoff?
I believe so. Yeah.
Tomashoff is going to join us from Locked On Huskies. We'll get his thoughts on what's happening there. And obviously there's a lot of rumors surrounding Jed Fish. There's always been this known. Obviously, Jed Fish at one point in his college life was an assistant coach at UCLA. He was the interim coach there for a game at UCLA, and there's always been this specter around Jed Fish that the Fish family really likes Los Angeles, and obviously that job is open now with the firing of Deshaun Foster on Sunday. So we'll ask Roman if there's any concern that Jed Fish, who we know doesn't stay anywhere.
I was going to say, like, isn't he famous for only staying 4 or 5 years? Is this like his max
he didn't stay
tenure?
places very long. If Jed Fish might have an interest in going. I can't imagine. And again, but I get. See, here's the thing. And I'll go back to. We'll get into it in the next segment. But I think a lot of times it comes down to where you want to live, and maybe Los Angeles. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. The family moved back to Tucson.
Yeah.
The family moved back to Tucson.
They like it down here.
So clearly they did not want to live there in Seattle. So it's something to think about.
With USC there, right? Like, this is the equivalent of, like, taking the Clippers job over, like, the Bulls job.
Exactly.
Right? Like the Huskies have a proud tradition.
Yeah.
They've won national championships. It's not like you can't recruit up there. But taking that UCLA job, DK, as you well know, I mean, you're not ever going to be the top dog in that city ever.
There was nobody at the Rose Bowl on Saturday. So did they really lose to New Mexico? Because there was really nobody there to watch.
Nobody was in the forest to hear that tree fall.
Exactly. Nobody was actually there to see that happen. But yeah, they kept score and they did lose that game by 25 points. Imagine that. UCLA losing at home to 25 points. No, don't disrespect New Mexico, but come on, it's New Mexico now. And then Devin Dampier is not suiting up there anymore. And they went into the Rose Bowl and beat the Bruins by 25 points. I have no love or sympathy lost for ugly, as we like to refer to them. So, yeah, whatever their problems are their problems.
I just don't want to hear the A clap. That's all.
There we go. All right, DK on the Sports Tip. Much more coming up for you straight ahead. We'll get you your BetMGM Network top plays. We got a game coming up here at 3:40, so we'll throw that out to you in the next segment, and we'll find out if we got any wins from any of those Monday night things. Mike Evans almost had a chance to get a touchdown late. I don't think he got it for us, so we'll check in on all of that. Cricket has got your traffic and weather every 20 minutes on the Fives.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions that are reported Silverbell north of Goree, Ahaway east of Mission. There are backups on westbound. Ahaway as you approach Mission Road, Ever Valley Road and Sandario, a collision there. Had an earlier wreck that occurred on Speedway right between Columbus and Swan. Still some slowdowns for Speedway in Columbus and Speedway in Swan. There is a slight chance, 15% chance of rain today. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. 96 is the high and a 25% chance of rain tomorrow. It's 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The 2025 NFL season is underway. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action. Tickets to all regular season games are on sale now. Be there live to support your favorite team. See every epic showdown, every classic rivalry, and every primetime game. 17 games for all 32 teams. Visit NFL.com/tickets to purchase tickets today. Verified tickets are available through the NFL Ticket Network, including Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and Sports Illustrated tickets.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air-conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Graduating from high school, I realized that I didn't have all the tools I needed to help me in the next chapter of my life. The Earn to Learn program has helped me pursue my passion for early childhood education with confidence, and the financial education supported by Hughes Federal Credit Union has been invaluable to prepare me for my university career and the world beyond.
Find out how Hughes and Earn to Learn join forces to support student success at hughesfcu.org/earn-to-learn. Insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
Step into a world where rewards never end. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Every moment brings excitement. Every visit unlocks exclusive perks, free play, dining discounts, and more. From high-stakes action to luxurious experiences, your rewards grow with every play. Join today for endless benefits and unforgettable moments. Club Soul. Play more, earn more, experience more. Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Bascoyaki Tribe.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward, so listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a home remodel, don't stress. The Window Depot is here to help. At the Window Depot, we're your one-stop warehouse for everything you need for your next remodel. Windows? Check. Doors? Got it. Cabinets, countertops, and everything in between? You'll find it all here at the lowest prices. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whole home makeover, our experienced designers are ready to bring your dream home to life, all at unbeatable prices. Find a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
4th and 15. It's down to this from the 38. 33 seconds left. Panthers down by 5 in a game they trailed 27-3 late in the third quarter. Here's the snap. Bryce under pressure and he's sacked.
Calais.
Back at the 46-yard line.
Campbell.
The ageless one, Calais Campbell.
Calais Campbell coming up with big sacks in his home debut, returning to the Arizona Cardinals and a win over the Carolina Panthers Sunday up at State Farm Stadium. Panthers off to a 0-2 start. We are your official Southern Arizona home of Carolina Panthers football this season, with Teto McMillan and Lathan Ransom from South Point Catholic High School gracing the roster. A home game for the Panthers coming up, their home opener this Sunday against Bijan Robinson and the Atlanta Falcons. Let's get your Panthers report for today.
Seek not who you are, but who you wish to be. I'm Anish Shroff with this Panthers update.
It's Bo time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Your chance to win $5K a day. That's 5 winners, $1,000 each every weekday. $5K a day starts Thursday, September 18th. Just listen for the national keyword that we will announce 5 times each weekday. Then text the keyword to 95819. That's 95819. Do it 5 times each weekday for 5 chances to win. Your money's waiting. $5K a day.
Carolina may have gotten a glimpse of what it could be, but it's not quite there yet. Head coach Dave Canales wants to see the second half of the Arizona game translate into a better start in next week's home opener.
Our definition of finish, do right longer. Do right longer and see what happens. And the defense did right, and the defense put us in position to be able to be successful with a 3-and-out, with a turnover, and then an onside kick. We always talk about you don't pass judgment on the outcome of the game based on what happens early on. You could be up, you could be down, you just keep playing football. And we have to have that kind of toughness and mentality to be able to continue to execute, because you never know what could happen if you believe and if you just keep going back to work.
Canal has stressed the importance of getting off to a better start.
The message to the team, we should be sick right now because we see what we can be when we are executing, when we are playing assignment football and we're playing the fundamentals of ball. We see what we can be, but can we be that consistently? And that's what we're headed for, and that's what we're getting back to work for this week.
The Panthers fell behind 20-3 at the half for the second straight game before almost mounting a furious comeback. They'll play their home opener this coming Sunday when the Falcons come to town. I'm Anish Shroff from the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
All right, so don't forget 9 a.m. pregame right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Kickoff 10 o'clock on Sunday, Carolina and Atlanta. The home opener for the Panthers. Cardinals head out on the road this Sunday. Off day today, obviously, Tuesday in the National Football League. Cardinals will head to San Francisco looking to make it 3-0, coming off a tremendous homecoming for Calais Campbell, who finished the game with 2 sacks and 2 quarterback hits. Calais talking about being back at State Farm Stadium. It wasn't even called State Farm Stadium last time he played there. What was it, University of Phoenix Stadium, probably the last time Calais Campbell
I believe it
played
was,
there?
yes.
Exactly. Let's hear from Calais on coming home on Sunday.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time since I played in the stadium as a Cardinal, but it felt good. You know, just coming out onto the field, running out the tunnel, that's when the emotion kind of hit me, and I was, kind of doing the same thing I used to do when I was here a long time ago, when I was a young, athletic man. But I was turned up. I felt great out there. I felt the love from the crowd. That was awesome. Going down to the end zone and praying like I do, and seeing all those familiar faces and just people with my jersey and all the love I got. It was pretty surreal. And then the way the game went, being able to make the play at the end of the game and have the crowd go wild. I mean, it's a really good feeling. A really good feeling. It could never get old.
It looked like you kind of won with power on that last sack. What did you see on that play?
Well, it was 4th down, so he's going to hold the ball. And so the mindset is really just like stay alive. Don't do anything that's going to get me clamped and I can't, finish a rush because, if it's not there, he's going to have to make something happen. So, it's kind of funny because Zaven was thinking power and I was thinking kind of upfield, trying to get a jump off the ball. And then we kind of almost collided, but he was able to kind of stay up, and I was able to stay up, and I put my hands onto the tackle, and it kind of looked like a Tex game, but then he kind of coffee house back out, which made the quarterback have to step back up to where I was at, and it's kind of a good team play, and it's like, it wasn't planned, it was just kind of something that happened, but we're starting to get some chemistry and play together, and still got a lot of way to go, and there's a lot of work to be done, but it feels good rushing with these guys.
9 years old, it's safe to say you still got it?
I definitely felt better this week than I did last. Last week I was pretty gassed at the end of the game, but I gave everything I had. But it's part of that first game. I think everybody's gassed. It's just that's how it is, and you can train all you want to, but playing football is the only way to really get in shape. Today I was much better. I felt much better. I'm doing a lot of cardio, so it really paid off. The coach did a really good job of rotation. A lot of plays early. I kind of wanted to be in there, but I had to tell myself, pace yourself. And that's a little bit of a humbling experience as an older player. I wish I could be out there every play, but, we got a good team, a deep roster of D linemen, and, we all go out there kind of taking turns making plays. But, it felt good. Some plays kind of fell in my lap late.
And obviously the big question when the Cardinals return to work on Wednesday will be the injury status. A lot of folks went down in that game on Sunday, especially defensive backfield. Will Johnson went down. Garrett Williams, Max Melton looked to probably have the most serious of those injuries. There were no updates from head coach Jonathan Gannon on any of those injuries yesterday. LJ Collier also going down in the game. So Cardinals coming out of that contest with the Carolina Panthers a little bit beat up. We'll see what the report looks like. And well, actually, speaking of reports, the next time the Wildcats hit the field, we'll have a availability report as they are.
I was literally going to say, guys, 8 days, right? 8 days until our first injury report for Big 12.
Injury report for the Arizona Wildcats.
Wednesdays or Thursdays?
I believe we'll get it on, I think they said 3 days out. So, yeah, that would be, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday would be the day.
Depends if you count game day as a day.
Yeah.
It's either Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
So maybe Thursday. there. And then you'll get another one, a final one, I think, 45 minutes before kickoff is the way they termed it. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. If you have anything that you want to get into on the Cardinals, 2-0 to start the season. The offense at times a little bit shaky, though, there. And also we can get into the Carolina Panthers. When will they win their first game? Will it come this weekend at home against the Atlanta Falcons, who went on the road and were really impressive in beating the Minnesota Vikings in that raucous environment up in what they call Skull North or whatever they call it.
I think we're going to see Bijan with like the 22-plus carries. I think it's going to be the norm. I mean, I know, that's the workhorse back days are, outside of Henry and some of those guys. It's pretty rare a dude will get his number called that many times. But, based on how efficient he is and how effective he is, 22 for like 140 and another 35 on the air, receiving or whatever. Seems like that's going to be the standard moving forward.
Yeah, 20-plus carries and at least 5+ catches because they love lining him up as a wideout in a lot of those offensive setups, at least from the first 2 weeks. So if at the very least 25, maybe more touches, probably a game if the Falcons want to keep that offensive production going.
All right, guess who's on the mound tonight? We usually bet when he is. Let's get our BetMGM Network top play.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Play of the day is the Mets on the money line over the Tigers at -140. Mets starting pitcher Nolan McLean has been incredible since coming to the big leagues, posting a 3-0 record with a .89 ERA. The Tigers are one of the best teams in baseball, but over the last month, it's been the Mets with a much better offense. New York has the second best batting average as a team in the big leagues in August. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app. Please gamble responsibly.
Okay, all right, let's try that again. That was not the right one for you. Nolan McLean and the Mets and the Tigers. That was, I think, last night's, one of last night's games that we had. But tonight we have got our guy, Paul Skeens, on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates against the Chicago Cubs. And so we've got, the play has been Paul Skeens on the mound, play the under in the 5 innings. Let's hear it now.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Play of the day is the first 5 under 3.5 runs in the Pirates and Cubs game. Paul Skeens, who starts for Pittsburgh, has an ERA under 2 and is the overwhelming favorite to win Cy Young. Cade Horton, who starts for the Cubs, is 5-1 with a 1.24 ERA over his last 7 starts. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app. Please gamble responsibly.
All right, there we go. So now we've got Paul Skeens on the mound, under 5 innings. In first 5 innings, that's a play now. In case you're not familiar with it, you can play the first 5 innings in these Major League games. You can play everything. You can play the line, you can play the money line, the run line, and or the over-under. So we play generally the under when Paul Skeens is on the mound in the first 5 innings because he's usually going to go about 6. So it's under 3 tonight. Pirates and the Cubs. The Cubs have a pretty solid starter on the bump as well tonight. So the bet there is -105. So your $12.90 bet will get you back $12.29. The young Cub pitcher Cade Horton is 10-4 with a 2.70 earned run average. He's got 89 strikeouts, so a good season for that young right-hander, only 24 years old. And we need a win because we did not get any last night. We had Mike Evans with an anytime touchdown. Mike Evans had 5 catches for 69 yards, but he did not score. That Dragon Ball, you're watching it here. They targeted him in the end zone, but it was just the throw by Baker was a little bit too high.
Yep. I think you can absolutely take this Skeens bet. Go ahead and do that's a lock. The big bet is, does Skeens pitch again now that the Pirates are officially eliminated? Is this where we start to see those guys that are the stars on bad teams? Do we see them again later on down the line? Because the next scheduled start potentially, if the rotation stays the same for the Pirates, won't be until September 24th against the Reds. Does Skeens even play in that game is going to be the bigger bet to me. But absolutely, I say you take this one for Skeens.
I mean, he's 10-9. He's got he's first in ERA in major leagues, 1.92 currently, 200 strikeouts, third in WHIP, 0.92. So I mean, as far as Cy Youngs go, I mean, he's been the favorite for a minute now. As soon as he got his overall record over 500, but he's been leading the majors in ERA for some time. So my only thing is, if they have an opportunity to start him one more time, because he can boost those stats even more to be guaranteed of the Cy Young. But that's really the only reason to do it.
All right, so Pirates Cubs under 3 runs in the first 5 innings is the play there. We also did not win last night on the Chargers and the Raiders. We had the over in that game, over 46.5, and it did not even come close in that contest last night, 20-9. So that's 17 points under the number. We lost big on that one. So let's see if we can get something tonight, because yikes!
I don't think the
not
computers
much offense by Gino and company last night.
I don't think the computers have seen the Raiders' offense.
No,
apparently not.
The wide receiving core in Las Vegas is not great, and sadly, the guy I thought was going to be in the running for Offensive Rookie of the Year, Mr. Ashton Genty, has not necessarily lived up to potential that he was coming out of the NCAA last season.
I did win my fantasy game, but I didn't see any numbers on Brock Bowers. I don't know if he had that great of a performance, but apparently I didn't need him.
Considering Gino was not finding his own receivers, I don't know if Brock Bowers had any kind of success last night.
Probably not. But hey, we won anyways, even without it. All right, DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and weather together. Collisions that are reported Speedway near Euclid on Speedway to the east of Euclid. Silver Bell near Goree on Silver Bell to the north of Goree with some slowing there. Ajo Way east of Mission, westbound slowing on Ajo approaching Mission. 12th Avenue in Valencia, traffic signals malfunctioning. And for your weather, 15% chance of rain, mostly cloudy tomorrow, 96 the high, and a 25% chance of rain tomorrow. And it is 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Prime Big Deal Days. Prime Big Deal Days are happening on October 7th and 8th with savings up to 40% off. This is your chance to grab that item you've been thinking about. It's Prime Big Deal Days, coming soon, October 7th and 8th.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at AlaskanAC.com.
No big deal.
Jill, but you've been earning Kohl's Cash for 20 years. That's 2 decades of checkout wins. To celebrate, enter our month-long sweepstakes for a chance to win $200 in Kohl's Cash. Plus, save on fall faves during the Customer Appreciation Event now. Yep, 2 decades of Kohl's Cash is a big deal. Shop Kohl's and brag accordingly. Coupon ends September 21st. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit 1 prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohls.com for official rules and details.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
Most protein bars are packed with sugar, carbs, and unpronounceable ingredients. There's a much better option. I'm Will, and I crafted IQ Bar plant protein bars with clean, functional, delicious ingredients to empower doers like you with superior brain and body fuel.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text IQ Bar to 64,000. That's IQ Bar to 64,000.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Sports Minute sponsored by Chumba Casino, your online casino for plays, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. After all the criticism I have thrown at Jerry Jones, it is only fair to acknowledge how right he was about Brandon Aubrey. A little more than 2 years ago, the soccer player was a Birmingham Stallion in the USFL, and now he might be the best kicker on the planet. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We'll talk some college football in the 4 o'clock hour with Roman Tomashaw from Locked On Huskies. We'll get an update on Desmond Roebuck, who out of Marana High School, who's playing his freshman season and already contributing up with the Washington Huskies. Jed Fish did come out apparently in his press conference yesterday and semi-addressed the rumors that he might have interest in the job at UCLA. And apparently, I guess he was not necessarily asked about it per se, but said that his focus is on the Washington State Cougars, who they play this weekend. And the Cougars obviously beat the Huskies last year in Jed's first season. at the university.
Can't be having that.
No, you don't want to be losing to the Huskies.
I mean, it's
that's
funny
for
because
sure.
like the Cougars are a very good football program. Maybe a lot of people, east of the Mississippi don't know that, but the Huskies know that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of high school players and high school games, what a comeback by South Point Catholic on Friday night to beat Scottsdale Saguaro. The South Point Catholic Lancers are down 17-0 in the first half of that game. They're down 17-0 at halftime. They came back and won 34-30. Quarterback Matthew Avalar finished 24 of 34 in that game, 321 yards. He had 4 touchdown passes. 3 of those touchdown passes went to R.J. Gorey, who's turning into one of the top players, if not already being one of the top players here in Southern Arizona. David Rushing also had a pair of receiving touchdowns. He had 6 catches for 69 yards. If that name sounds familiar, the junior David Rushing. He is the younger brother of Elijah Rushing, who is now playing on the defensive line at Oregon. Let's hear from David Rushing. Our Priscilla Mugwa caught up with David Rushing after the game on Friday night, in which he had 2 touchdowns.
Okay, so how do you feel right now?
I feel great. I feel like just together as a team, we played a great game, and we all just came together, especially during halftime. Like, we knew like that was the time that we had to lock in and really just hone all our energy and just play as one, and I feel like we played great.
Okay, can you explain what happened? Because on the first half, you guys are like 0. And then the second half was just crazy. And then you have done like so many touchdowns tonight.
Yeah.
So what happened? Can you explain it?
I feel like at first we could have started off with way like better energy at first, but just like I was saying, like when halftime hit, like everybody was just trying to hype each other up, like throw some fire into like the fuel and stuff, because like we just came out flat, but we picked it back up as the game went on.
And then on the second half, you are the one who done the touchdown the second time. So how did you feel that moment? What was happened to your mind? What was happened to your mind that moment?
It was just like a crazy mix of emotions. I knew it was a big time moment in the game, and I knew I had to, if anybody was to come down with it, it had to be me. So, I just felt great in the moment, and I just feel like it was just a great experience.
And then for the next coming game, so how are you going to be prepared personally?
Personally, really, I just need I feel just lock in on, just picking up my teammates, like when the game is in the negatives, and just play to the best of my ability, just keep trusting God and what he has planned for me, and all is well.
All right, David Rushing after the game on Friday night. South Point Catholic now 3-0 to start the season. They've got wins over Marana at home. They went on the road and beat Tucson High by 13, a 3-point win over Saguaro, and now they go on the road for a game against Mesa Red Mountain, a battle of teams that are 3-0. They've got 3 of their next 4 games on the road, and of course, again, they are playing primarily 6A and in a 6A region, so they go on the road to Phoenix quite a bit. And the 3 of the next 4 games, they'll play at Red Mountain, at ALA Queen Creek, and at Basha, Chandler Basha, obviously the defending state championships. They'll host Mesa here in Tucson on October the 3rd. So never an easy road for South Point Catholic playing in that 6A Phoenix base.
Can we go back to the Rushings?
Yeah.
So Elijah played 18 snaps last year. Gotten 4 games.
Yes.
He's got 1 tackle this year. I know that staff is high on him, and come on, it's Oregon, so of course they have outrageous talent. However, DK, he did commit to U of A, changed his mind, decommitted, and all of that. 18 snaps to not have, because he didn't get the redshirt year. He played in 4 games.
Right.
That doesn't seem like a lot of action.
No, and there was talk that he might be a little bit more in the mix this year. At least that was the indication coming out of fall camp. But like you said, it maybe has not transpired that way. How many games have they played to this point? Are they 3 in? I think this season?
I think that's right, yeah.
Yeah, 3 in this season. So we'll have to wait and see.
I don't have snap stats for this season. I have 18 last year, 24 total. So he played 6 snaps on special teams, 18 on defense last year.
We'll see. Still a young player. Still an opportunity for sure for Elijah Rushing to kind of find his footing there. He was a part of that 2024 recruiting class up at Oregon. And like you said, minimal steps. I think this year he's got one tackle.
Yeah, that's what I said. He has one statistical tackle this season. I don't know how many snaps he played.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that they're trying to get him a little bit more involved in the rotation, than they did last year.
Yeah, they've played, so you wonder, they've played 3 games. I do not think he played the last game against Northwestern, so you wonder maybe if there's an injury situation.
Yeah, it could be.
If he did not play in that game against Northwestern.
Regardless of decommitting and all that, we always like to see athletes from Southern Arizona who go on to do bigger, better things elsewhere. We always want to root for success for anybody coming out, because that just means more players that have the potential to do great things at the high college level, potentially going to the NFL level. It's good for high school athletics here in Tucson when we see that happen. So I'll never root against a guy, even a guy who commits to go to the U of A and changes his mind and goes somewhere else. I was just curious because I hadn't really looked up what Elijah Rushing had been up to, and I guess not surprised because, again, it's Oregon. They got a ton of talent there.
Oh, yeah.
But semi-surprised that he hasn't had much action here in his sophomore year.
Well, we'll figure out. We'll find out if Desmond Robach is continuing his upward trend up in Seattle. That'll be coming up in the next hour. We will chat with Roman Tomashaw from Locked on Huskies. We'll get his thoughts on that. Jed Fish, and if they think if they think Jed Fish might take the bait and run down to Los Angeles.
Are you going to get a Jonah Coleman update?
Jonah Coleman as well? Yeah, who else is up there? Ephesians Prysock, I think, is there. Is Takario there too now? We'll get updates on all those guys.
I think so.
We'll get updates on all of those guys that used to wear the Cardinal and Navy for sure. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. We want to hear from you as well on the phones. Coming up as well later on in the show, we'll dive in and let you hear as well from your Phoenix Mercury. They've got a big game coming up tomorrow night in New York City. Do or die. There's not a lot. It's not like a 7-game series in the WNBA. You got 2 chances, really 3 if you can get to a game 3, but you can't lose more than 2 games or it is over. And that is what is facing the Phoenix Mercury as they head to New York against the champs for game 2 of their first round series. Must win time for Nate Tibbetts and his team coming up on Wednesday night. Right now, we have got Dragon Ball here. He has everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona as well as sports around the world.
Well, the awards keep coming for the 3-0 Arizona Wildcats football program. This week, defensive coordinator Danny Gonzalez was officially announced as this week's winner of the Big 12 Conference Coordinator of the Week from CBS Sports. Gonzalez shares that award this week with Houston offensive coordinator Slade Nagel after Gonzalez kept Kansas State guessing, holding them to under 200 total yards of offense, as well as going 0 for 4 on 4th downs throughout that game. So congratulations to Coach Gonzalez. And while the upcoming season has some intrigue for the Suns, the hopes are not shared by many in the media sphere, as the Suns ranked 30th out of 30 for the NBA Future Power Rankings coming into this season, following the offseason deals to unload both Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. But the preseason is around the corner for the NBA clubs. October, the Suns get their start on the 3rd against the Lakers. And Monday Night Football, you had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Houston Texans trading leads in the final 3 minutes. And then over on here, Wildcats Radio 1290, the game did not start off as well as the Raiders had hoped.
For the Raiders, they'll line up in the pistol formation. Ashton Genty, the running back, behind Geno Smith. Motion across from Jacoby Myers from left to right. Out of the pass down to the right side, and it's deflected and intercepted. Ends up into the hands of Dayon Henley, and Henley is down at the 25-yard line.
Again, that set the tone early for the Raiders as the Chargers would eventually go and put the game seemingly out of reach before half, as Geno Smith would go on to throw 2 more interceptions in a rough finish to Week 2 of the NFL. I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions that are reported Speedway near Euclid on Speedway to the east of Euclid. Silver Bell near Goree on Silver Bell to the north of Goree with some slowing there. Ajo Way east of Mission, westbound slowing on Ajo approaching Mission. 12th Avenue in Valencia, traffic signals malfunctioning. And for your weather, 15% chance of rain, mostly cloudy tomorrow, 96 the high, and a 25% chance of rain tomorrow. And it is 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Discover your perfect vehicle at Cactus Auto, Tucson's trusted destination for certified pre-owned cars for over 30 years. They offer a wide range of certified pre-owned vehicles featuring the brands and models you love. Their finance experts are here to provide you with top dollar trade-in offers and help you find the best financing options, regardless of your credit history. With approved credit, enjoy no payments for up to 90 days. Trust Cactus Auto for quality, affordable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all backed by incredible savings and a 7-day exchange guarantee. Visit cactusauto.com.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives his scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painters trust Kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain-blocking power. And now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results, faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet?
RV wins!
Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping?
RV wins!
Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach?
RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Last night, you got not one Monday Night Football game, but two Monday Night Football games. Game one. How about my guy, Nick Chubb, making a comeback of sorts?
Second down 9, 25 of the Buccaneers. Stroud, the Houston quarterback, under center, gets the snap and hands off, and it goes to Chubb, running from the 15 on the numbers, the 10, the 5, touchdown! The Texans have taken the lead. A 25-yard touchdown run, Nick Chubb.
And you see it happen all the time when everybody in the building knows you're going to run the football. The defensive backs come sneaking up towards the line of scrimmage. Everybody's tight, and all it takes is finding a little crease. And once you're into the secondary, there is nobody back there. And Chubb goes untouched into the end zone.
Great to see Nick Chubb doing well. Not really pleased to see this other guy doing well.
The ball is at the Texan 2. Second down goal. He's under center. Looks at a four-man front. Mayfield, head swiveling back and forth, moves his tight end, gets the snap, hands off to White over the guard, spins, corkscrews in, and it is a touchdown! It is a touchdown for Tampa Bay! They have taken the lead on a 2-yard touchdown run by White. The clock at 6 seconds. What a drive! What a score! What a comeback by Tampa Bay!
Save it for the playoffs, man. I mean, this is like game 2. Like, settle down just a little bit.
Man.
Kevin Harlan does not comment.
No, but like what made Kevin Harlan great initially was because of how he called those great moments.
Yes.
But if every moment's called like that,
it definitely does take down
a little
the
bit,
impact
doesn't it?
of
Just
it.
a
Yeah,
little?
just I agree with that wholeheartedly. But what do you mean you don't want to see Baker succeed?
I'm not a Baker
fan. He worked hard to play through that injury for you guys.
Never wanted Baker Mayfield. Never liked Baker Mayfield. That's when I gave up the Browns for 2 years when he was the quarterback. Not a fan. But hey, he's led them back to 2 late wins now. They are 2-0, having won late in both of those instances. So apparently some magic right now there in Tampa for Baker and company.
maybe you just don't like Oklahoma quarterbacks.
Maybe. Could be. Yeah. Who else has played there?
Kyler?
Kyler, that's right.
He's just short.
Is there a third guy? Yeah. Is there a third guy that's from there too?
Were you a fan of Jalen? Jalen Hurts? You don't like the tush push?
Yeah, I don't like the tush, but I like Jalen. He's all right. I like him. All right. Game number 2 was not quite as exciting as game number 1. Geno Smith now the man quarterbacking the Las Vegas Raiders.
For the Raiders, they'll line up in the pistol formation. Ashton Genty, the running back, behind Geno Smith. Motion across from Jacoby Myers from left to right. Out of the pass down to the right side, and it's deflected and intercepted. Ends up into the hands of Deion Henley, and Henley is down at the 25-yard line. Geno Smith's first pass of the evening is deflected, and it caroms right into the hands of Deion Henley, and the Chargers are in business. One play, one turnover, and Los Angeles has it deep in Raider territory.
Kevin, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You have to establish a run. We're talking about the first play of the game, and you play action. There's nothing to bite on. A great play by this Chargers defense.
Yeah, that's when you know it's going to be a bad night, when you throw an interception on the first play of the game. Justin Herbert, on the other hand, are people ready to anoint this guy winning his first 2 games this season?
Justin Herbert waiting for the shotgun snap. It comes in at the waist. Play action fake. Back pedals to throw. Steps up. Dancing around to the right side. Throws on the run. Back to the end zone. Keenan Allen with the catch and a touchdown. In the back right corner of the end zone. Herbert buying time, and he finds Allen for 6 and a 9-3 lead.
20-9, the final there. Chargers 2-0 as well on the year. Are they the team to beat now in the AFC West? The Chargers?
Listen, I've seen the Patriots with Tom Brady start off slow and think that it's over, and then suddenly they run back about 10 straight, and they're in the conversation for the first seed. I'm not willing to bury the Chiefs yet, but it ain't looking good. As a whole in the AFC West, who else would you pick other than the Chargers right now? Because the Broncos got in their own way to lose against the Colts, And the Raiders are still looking at offensive woes, to say the least.
Yeah, but and that Chargers defense looking good through weeks 1 and 2 for sure.
How do you feel about Sam Bradford?
I don't have any feeling on Sam Bradford at all.
What do you think
really.
about Troy Aikman?
Yeah,
because he was an Oklahoma guy before he went to UCLA.
No.
Freshman, right? Like, wasn't he? Yeah, he was just there for his freshman year.
No, not Troy Aikman. No. We beat him twice though, so that's fine with me. He won Super Bowls, but he never beat the Trojans.
That offensive line won those Super Bowls.
Yes, they did.
Those are some good offensive lines for sure.
I think in my lifetime, I mean, it's hard to even think of like as far as a 5-year stretch goes.
Yeah, no, the Cowboys of that '90s dynasty was probably that generation's version of like the Hogs, if you wanted to put it into a comparison.
All right, stay connected while you're on the go with the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. Our app slaps. You can listen to Brian Jeffries on the call of Arizona football. You can get the latest news on your Wildcat teams and more. It's all in one place. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app from the App Store and or Google Play today. The Wildcats Radio 1290 app is sponsored by Goodfellas Home Solutions. Show the Wildcats Radio 1290 crew the 1290 app on your phone. They will tell you how you can enter to win $100 only at official stops. Again, that's the Wildcats Radio 1290 app, and it is sponsored by Goodfellas Home Solution. We'll be over at McHale Center tomorrow. It is Arizona Basketball Media Day. Now, my understanding is that Tommy Lloyd is not going to speak tomorrow. It'll just be our opportunity to get with the players. And, in fact, let me pull up our list here. I think they sent us I didn't even think to look and see if one Bryce James was on our list. He is not on our list. So we will talk to a number of guys that we have not chatted with before. Mabeel Mawat, we'll get a chance to chat with him. Dwayne Aristode, looking forward to that chat. We did talk to Braden Burries last week on the show. Koa Pete will be joining us. Toby Awaka as well. So we'll be doing all those interviews tomorrow. That starts at 3, goes till around, I think, 4:45. So for about the first hour and a half of our show tomorrow, we'll be chatting Arizona basketball with a number of the guys. Looking forward to that as well. And then we'll hear from Tommy Lloyd a little bit later as we get closer to the actual start of practice.
I predict all the freshmen and newcomers will have the same answer to what was your welcome to Tucson moment. It's going to be trying to get around a Tobe Awaka screen. Right. Literally, like every single one of them will say, well, I ran into Tobe once in Richard Jefferson Gymnasium, and I don't think I've ever hit a wall that hard.
Yeah, that's a big dude to try to get around for sure. And he looks like he's put on a little bit of muscle, even more muscle than he had last year.
It's just, you want to know the biggest difference between a high school senior and a freshman in college? It's Tobe Awaka's. Like, there just isn't that in high school.
Oh,
you don't. This is grown man strength, and the difference between an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old is well documented. But yeah, getting around those screens and the hustle and the sheer will at that level, it's just different physicality.
And you know what amazes me is in this era that we're in of specialized training, it sounds like there's a lot of guys haven't really lifted a lot of weights.
Yeah,
coming up, and that's surprising to me. I would think with all the specialized training that's out there that more of these young men would have, like, it sounded like just from the guys we've heard from, Bryce and Koa and them in the preseason, it sounds like they came in and it's like, yeah, I've never worked out like this before. That surprises me a bit.
Yeah, I mean, even back when I was in high school and Coach Peabody, we had a bit of a training regimen at that time. But I've heard that, DK, from a lot of high school students where I don't know if they're recommended not to lift heavy at a young age because it can, especially for basketball, it's really more long, lean, springy, quick twitch type stuff. But it's definitely a noticeable change. I mean, the difference between the day you step on campus and when game one starts, you can see a change in everybody's body. If it's nutrition, I think a lot of it's junk food and just hang out with your boys in high school. You get on campus and you've got access to this, amazing kitchen, Wildcat kitchen, all that, and the supervision while lifting weights. We were basically told, hey, go over there and lift those things over there. But it's a completely different animal when you're talking about a program of this prestige and trying to get those guys ready for a rigorous Big 12 schedule and then on conference. Yeah, those guys are, if they have lifted weights in high school, it's nothing like they are these last 3 months.
It's something similar to like in baseball, again, AIA basketball is a different thing, but like when you look at high school or club baseball for like high school level athletes, my dad was a coach for that for a long time, and the one thing he always said, I am not going to let my pitchers throw anything other than fastballs and changeups.
Yeah.
You're not throwing curves, you're not throwing splitters, you're not throwing sinkers. You're not going to do anything to your elbow that you can't handle at this point. Fastballs and changeups are the only two pitches he ever taught me or any other student he taught when he was coaching. And a lot of those kids, I remember for me, everyone always said, I couldn't imagine having to throw curveballs at 13 or 14 years old, or what that would have done to me going forward from that. So, no, I think it's just a lot of it sometimes is if you're a good coach at that level, you're going to do your best, not just to teach a young man or a young woman how to be a great athlete for the next level, but to save them from themselves so they can survive to be an athlete at that level.
We didn't get into this yesterday, but we'll put a wrap. We've been following, obviously, Eurobasket 2025 over across the seas. Germany ends up winning this event over Turkey by a score of 88-83. The third place game, it was Greece over Finland, 92-89. I heard Giannis Antetokounmpo put up a pretty impressive performance in that game. 30 points and 17 rebounds for Giannis and Greece. In fact, I think both his brothers played in the event as well. That's kind of cool that they got, I don't know how often they get a chance to play together like that.
Well, they're all on the Bucks, or at least they were. Oh, no, Giannis.
Two of them were, yeah.
Giannis got his knee injured. He was out last year. But at one point, they kind of brought him in as emotional support brothers type of thing. They rode the bench.
Like that,
they were on the Bucks team for a while there. But certainly with the Greek national team, those guys don't get a ton of playing time even then. But the big story, I think, is Greece-Turkey. You heard about all this stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of bad blood and animosity between those two countries from a lot of instances over the past thousands of years. And Giannis was getting trolled in his chat afterwards, and everybody was flashing, Turkey flags. And he's like, get those Turkey flags out of here. And the diplomats had to get involved.
Wow.
Giannis had to make another statement today saying, we all play for the love of our country. I'm paraphrasing. We all play for the love of our countries. It's just a sport. Let's keep calmer heads prevail, because it started to get a little bit, because there's some really ugly history between those countries.
And not only that, but I think this is a lesson that needs to be learned for anybody who's going to approach Giannis Antetokounmpo in the future. Just don't wave a flag in his face directly, because we saw that not just with Eurobasket. We also saw that with the Indiana Pacers.
Right, exactly.
So just maybe don't wave a flag in his face tauntingly, and nothing bad is going to happen.
There you go. Lauri Markkanen in that third place game finished his Eurobasket run with 19 points and 10 rebounds. But a really impressive performance for Lauri to get his team into that position, a position they'd never been in this tournament.
Yeah, Pelle
so
Larsson, too. Worth mentioning, Pelle Larsson, finished top 20 in scoring, leading scorer, obviously, for Sweden. So both those guys, and also Zoo. Zoo showed up really well in this tournament.
All right, 520-848-1290. If you got any thoughts on Eurobasket you want to dive into. We are joined by the fourth member of our team, and her camera is offline. Let's bring it back in line if we can do that here.
That's asking a lot, man.
Hey, there she is right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Cricket. Cricket, have you ever been to Greece?
No.
No. Have you ever been to Turkey?
No.
No. Have you ever been anywhere over there in
Europe?
In Europe at all? No. United Europe traveler?
No.
No. Canada?
No.
No.
The
Dominican Republic?
Nope.
Or Jamaica? Or
I don't
those
travel
countries?
much. Like born and raised here.
We got to get you out on a beach and get some sand in your toes or something.
I mean, beaches are totally cool, but I mean, I don't like traveling. I don't like getting there. It's a headache.
You don't like to fly?
I love to fly.
Oh, okay.
I flew for years in a little tiny Cessna
That's
reporting
right.
on traffic.
Reporting on traffic.
But I
Thanks,
don't
Jimmy.
I don't like the. I just don't like the chaos of like airports. I don't like packing. I don't like unpacking.
Oh wow.
No,
I don't
packing's
like that at all.
The worst part
Yeah.
is that if you're gonna go someplace like, say, like a Euro trip or
Like
something of that
far.
nature, you're gonna want to bring some souvenirs back.
Of course.
How do you pack that in a suitcase that was already filled
Packed
to brim
anyway.
when
Yeah.
you were getting into the plane, and now you got to make the trip back? No, you got to buy a second thing of luggage and all this other. No, it's a mess. It's a fiasco.
What you do is
See?
you bring your tote
We're
duffel
very
bag
similar.
in your suitcase with you out there, and then you have that ready to go.
There you go.
For those of you watching on YouTube, I think I'm going to call this our Brady Bunch shot here. When we got the stacked.
What does that make me? Who's on the bottom right?
Yeah, that would be
Trying to think.
Bobby.
Is
Bobby
it?
was on the bottom right. Yeah, and so would you? Oh, well, that's a good question for cricket. Would you be Marcia, Jan, or Cindy?
I don't know who I would be.
I mean, Cindy and Marcia.
Did you watch the Brady Bunch growing up?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
It's got to
yeah.
be the oldest or the youngest, because
The youngest. Yeah.
Yeah,
nobody
so you
picks
would be
Jan.
Cindy.
Okay, that's
Cindy
fine.
Brady. She's like, okay, that's fine.
That's cool.
I don't know who I would be. I probably more identified with Peter. I think I was kind of the smart alecky kind of kid. But
I
yeah.
like that mechanic guy.
The mechanic. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
he was
what
like
his
dating
name?
the
Yeah, he was
the
dating
person who was
the-
cleaning their house. House lady. Yeah,
what was Alice?
I like
What
those
was
characters.
Alice's boyfriend's name?
I like those
Oh,
characters.
Gosh, see now you got me thinking back. Alice's boyfriend's name was it Mac? I want to say it was Mac. We'll have to look this up in the break.
I couldn't tell you, but what I'm saying is I liked him better than any of the children in that show. So
If you remember Alice's boyfriend's name in the Brady Bunch, 520-848-1290. Cricket, you got something for us?
I do.
What do you got?
We've got a delicious sweet, well, I hear it's delicious, a tasty sweet deal on Friday from Redbird Scratch Kitchen and Bar. Now, they're Tucson-born, locally owned. They're all about scratch-made comfort food, and I hear really tasty craft cocktails. 2 locations, Oracle and Orange Grove, and their brand new location, right in sort of in my hood, the Village at Sam Hughes, and that's open now. And our sweet deal on Friday from Redbird, you pay $25, but you'll get $50 to spend at 8:30 Friday morning. Wildcats Radio, 1290.com.
Sam the Butcher was the boyfriend. I saw. What
I just want to be the
Mac?
I just want to be
I
the
said
football
Mac.
to hit Marcia in the nose. That's what I would be. A memorable prop from the Brady
Sam
Bunch.
the Butcher was the boyfriend of Alice on the Brady Bunch. There you go. All right, Cricket is getting you home now every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
And from the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions at a reported Country Club and Speedway Boulevard, Oracle south of Ina, wreck on Silverbell north of Gorain, also some backups westbound Ahaway at Mission. There is a very slight chance of rain into this evening. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, 96 the high, and a 25% chance of rain tomorrow, and 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7 Ranger. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Tune into Wildcats Radio 1290 weekly for Brett Brennan's Football Press Conference, where you can catch up on all things Arizona football this season. The Football Press Conference, sponsored by Coors Light.
Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we are here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400. AZROC 214570.
Kick off your week with Wildcats Radio 1290 for Modelo Mondays from 6 to 7 p.m. at Union Public House. Enjoy a refreshing Modelo, spin to win prizes, and more. Sponsored by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans, an official partner of Arizona Athletics.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Average doesn't grow your business. Smart strategy does. At Cumulus Digital, our campaigns outperform industry benchmarks by more than 25% because we go beyond clicks and impressions, showing you exactly who saw your ad. We build solutions that fit more than 4,000 businesses that partner with us every month. Let's build one for you. You're not average, and your marketing results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com today.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
No big deal, but you've been earning Kohl's Cash for 20 years. That's 2 decades of checkout wins. To celebrate, enter a month-long sweepstakes for a chance to win $200 in Kohl's Cash. Plus, save on fall faves during the Customer Appreciation Event now. Yep, 2 decades of Kohl's Cash is a big deal. Shop Kohl's and brag accordingly. Coupon ends September 21st. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit 1 prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohls.com for official rules and details.
Quick, she's over here. I don't know. I just found her like this.
Yeah, she's banged up, but she'll be fine.
Oh, thank God. What can I do?
Just need the keys. And, sir?
Yeah?
Your car's gonna be fine.
Thank you.
Mobile detailing from Recon Auto Detailing. Tired of wear and tear on your vehicle or just tired of cleaning it yourself? We'll come to you. Book with us online and see why we have over 1,100 5-star reviews. Recon Auto Detailing. ReconDetail.com.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
Download our app. It slaps. Nobody covers Southern Arizona sports like we do. Don't miss out on any of the highlights, stories, and analysis. The flagship home for Arizona Wildcats athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hi, I'm Mike Ham with NFL Network now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The first of 4 Monday Night Football doubleheaders this NFL season took place in Week 2. The Buccaneers taking down the Texans in the final few seconds of the game, and the Chargers bolting past the Raiders in an AFC West showdown. Texans running back Nick Chubb gave Houston a 19-14 lead on a 25-yard touchdown run with just over 2 minutes to go in the game. That proved to be just enough time for Baker Mayfield to lead the Bucs on an 11-play, 80-yard drive, culminating with a 2-yard Rashad White touchdown with just 6 seconds remaining. The Texans offense never saw the field again. The Bucs moved to 2-0 with a 2019 win. In the second game of the night, Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense got off to a fast start and held on to defeat the Raiders. 20-9 was the final score. There, elsewhere, Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow opting to have surgery, expected to be out 3 months with the grade 3 turf toe. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Obviously, we don't play in the Pac-12 anymore. We don't play the Washington Huskies on a yearly basis, but there are still a lot of connections to the Washington Huskies. If you're an Arizona Wildcat fan, some of the players you rooted for here in Tucson are now up there, as well as your ex-head coach. Let's talk a little bit about the Washington Huskies and some of those players, coach, and in fact, one of our high schoolers who's also up there. Pleased to be joined by Roman Tomashoff. He is with Locked On Huskies. We might just call this segment Locked On X-Cats. How about that right there? Roman, appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. First question is going to be when the UCLA Bruins fired Deshaun Foster on Saturday, Sunday, one of the first things everybody started thinking about is like, ooh, might Jed Fish want to go back to Westwood and be the coach down there? He seems to have an affinity for that program. Is there any concern that Jed might take a look at what's happening down in Pasadena?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for having me. That's a great question where obviously, with his connections there, it's hard to rule that out and say no. But then I also just kind of look at their recent track record of head coaches and the operating budget that UCLA has right now, and also just what it would take to buy Jed out. Plus the assistant coach pool that UCLA would need in order to even match what Washington is bringing to the table right now. And I would say that, well, there is always going to be interest, just like the Florida thing, right? I don't think that this is something that's going to wind up happening.
All right, so how are things going in year two under Jed Fish there? What's the perception of him as the coach there?
I've been really impressed with everything he's done to overhaul this roster in the offseason. He's done a really good job bringing in transfer portal bodies. You look at, obviously, you guys know full well Takario Davis. He's been tremendous through his first couple of games. You'll see what his status is. For this weekend, after he took a hard fall against UC Davis, Jed Fish called him questionable on Monday. The talent evaluation and everything he has done to rebuild this roster, which was just absolutely decimated following the national championship run, has been really, really impressive. And you look around at just what he's done in year two. There are so many guys from the state of Arizona that have come up and made an impact. I think about, obviously, Damon Williams, Desmond Roebuck, and Raiden Vinesbright, two wide receivers, might wind up starting this weekend. One guy who has just really stood out to me is former Northern Arizona and Hamilton High School alum, safety Alex McLaughlin is someone who I've been just truly impressed with everything he's brought to the table for defensive coordinator Ryan Walters. And you just look all over the field. There are guys that you can point to that's not just, oh, well, this guy was left over from the Kalen DeBoer roster or, just anything like that anymore. It's Jed Fish has gone out and gotten his guys. And in a short period of time, it looks like this roster is ready to take a big jump forward. And if they're finishing this regular season at 9-3, I'm not going to be shocked.
Well, I mean, that's, I think, one of the best things that he knows how to do. I mean, that NFL background, he knows how to get players for sure. I think it's a strength of his. You mentioned Desmond Roebuck out of Marana High School here. Freshman season, he already has 6 catches. I believe that's second on the team, if I'm not mistaken, in receptions so far. 6 for 104 yards, I should say, and a touchdown. How has Desmond been able to come to the forefront, get to the forefront so quickly?
There were few players that I was more impressed by during fall camp than Desmond Roebuck. It was something where, I'll be honest, when he first got to Washington, I didn't know what to expect, and it's not that the high school production didn't back it up or anything, but Washington signed 5 receivers in the class of 2025. 3 of them got there for spring ball, including Raiden Vinesbright, and another 4-star in Chris Lawson. And while it always felt like there were a couple of guys that were going to burn their red shirts and play a lot, I thought that Desmond would just be a little bit farther behind in terms of learning the playbook and other things like that. But when he got here, It was just every single day. He found ways to get open. He found ways to make plays, and he just proved to be such a reliable wide receiver at all three levels of the field, with strong hands, with just being a solid route runner, and just an understanding of space, even for such a young player. It's why he might start this weekend against Washington State. He's just a really sound football player, and I couldn't be more impressed with him, truly.
We're chatting with Roman Tomashoff. He is the one of the writers, one of the broadcasters for Locked On Huskies, the Locked On podcast network. Probably the guy that I was most disappointed to see leave when the transition happened for Jedd Fisch leaving Arizona to go to Washington and players going with him. Was Jonah Coleman, obviously the running back, and man, has he really developed into one of the, if not the top running backs in the country. Where would you put him in that conversation right now?
I honestly, I don't think there's any reason to have him any lower than number one. Everything that he has done through his first two games has been so impressive. The way he changed his body in the offseason to get faster, to get more explosive, and just stay as strong and able to break tackles as he is, with 7 touchdowns through his first 2 games. He's been absolutely tremendous. I said it on Locked On Huskies last week. If the season ended today, there's no reason that Jonah Coleman should not be in the Heisman race, because he really just has been that good. And it goes so far beyond what he brings as a runner. He's had an explosive gain of more than 20 yards in the passing game in each of his first 2 games. He's also just been so impressive in pass protection as well. This is one of those guys who, you talked about Jedd Fisch as a developer. Year in and year out, you've seen him improve so much, and it's all culminated in what looks like it's going to be a tremendous senior season for him.
You mentioned, obviously, Takario Davis maybe dealing with a little bit of an injury. How about Ephesians Prysock, another cornerback that made that trek? What's his road been like since he arrived in Seattle?
He's been solid, where last year he was dealing with a little injury of his own that required a surgery that kept him out for the entirety of spring practice. But he's someone who, as he's kind of developed here under secondary coach John Richardson, one of obviously the many coaches that Jedd Fisch brought up with him from Arizona, it's been really fun to see him grow and develop, because at 6'3", 190, 195 pounds, he's got all the tools and traits of an NFL corner. He moves so well. And it's always just been continuing to develop as a tackler on the technical side of things. And I think we're really starting to see that. And one thing that really did stand out to me whenever these two guys are on the field together, and him and Takario, is the chemistry that those guys play with, especially in defensive coordinator Ryan Walter's scheme, where it is a lot of press man and there are a lot of bear fronts on the line of scrimmage just to send 5 guys as often as possible. He's going to be asked to hold up in man coverage a lot, and he's going to get a huge test next week, where obviously I think that when Ohio State comes to town, Takario Davis will be covering Jeremiah Smith for most of, if not the entire ball game. But Carnell Tate is a stud in his own right, too, and I think we're going to see just everything that Ephesians Prysock has been working towards. I think we're going to see a lot of that next week.
And obviously, you look at a guy like Damon Williams and getting a chance to be the guy as a sophomore there. He's a dual threat quarterback, can throw it, can run it. How are they managing how much they want him to run the football?
I think early on, there are certainly many reasons to keep him safe when the first 2 games have been Colorado State and then an FCS school in UC Davis, where early on, something I spoke to Damon about earlier today at his press conference, where I asked him what he felt he still needed to work on. And one of the most important things were, we all see the athleticism. Every time he drops back, whether he's getting out of the pocket, whether he's standing in there and delivering the ball, it's very clear that he has all the skill sets, all the traits just to be one of the best quarterbacks in the Big Ten by the end of this season. And one of the things that he wants to work on is decision-making, and when he needs to hold on to the ball, when he wants to get rid of it a little bit faster, and just not taking as many unnecessary hits. And early on, we've seen him do things like try to take on safeties in the open field. And it's fun to see a guy like that finish runs and whatnot, right? But at the same point, for such a young guy who's made just 4 starts in his college career, he's also learning when he needs to get out of bounds and when he needs to slide and do different things like that. And I think we're going to see a lot of that just continue over the course of the year.
All right, so in terms of Washington and where they stand heading into the Big Ten, can they compete with the upper echelon teams? Like you mentioned, Ohio State's coming in next week, Penn State, those schools, Indiana making it to the playoff last year. Are they ready to be in that upper echelon of the conference?
I think we're going to see flashes of that this season because you have such high-end playmakers in Damon Williams, Jonah Coleman, Denzel Boston being another one, where there are several opportunities that Washington will have this year. Ohio State is obviously the big one. They also go to Michigan in October, and then the week after that, Illinois, who's in the top 10, comes to Husky Stadium, and then obviously Oregon at the end of the year as well. I think that we're still going to see this team have some growing pains because there are several very, very young players on this roster. They're starting a true freshman at left guard in John Mills, who has been extremely impressive, but is still a true freshman. And there are just young players all over this roster that I think by next season are going to be just really, really established players. But right now they're going to take some lumps. I have them at 9-3 to end the year, where there are going to be some highs and some lows, in my opinion.
There you go, though. That's not a bad record for sure. And you're number 2. Got to beat the Cougars, though, coming up this weekend. Something that Fishing Company did not do last year. Let me ask you real quick, Roman. What was the perception of the family moving back here to Tucson there?
Yeah, I think obviously the one thing that I like to think about is obviously the message boards are always going to go wild with that sort of stuff. I think about the fact that this is something that, in my opinion, goes way beyond just Washington, where when you're able to set down roots in a gorgeous place like Arizona, why not find a way to have your kids finish school in one place and then figure it out for, a family that's moved how many times in the last 15 years, right? 7, 8. I think it is important for somebody like that, especially when you're getting paid $7.5 million to be here. You can find different ways to make it work, and private jet back and forth must be nice to have that kind of lifestyle. But I think that it's getting blown a little bit out of proportion, in my opinion.
I saw you guys chatted about maybe not Jet going to UCLA, but scarfing some of UCLA's roster away. Do you have a top 3 guys there that you'd like to see come up to Seattle?
I do. It's more on the high school side of things than it is on the college side, where some of UCLA's top commits are from the state of Washington. The number 2 ranked player, according to 247's rankings, in 4-star defensive lineman David Schwarzel, 3-star linebacker Ramzak Crew, and the number 3 player in the state of Washington, and then 3-star defensive lineman Anthony Jones. The latter 2 players had set up official visits to Washington before announcing their commitment to UCLA. Schwarzel had taken an official visit to UW before announcing following his UCLA visit. So those are guys if all 3 of them end up at Washington, I wouldn't necessarily be shocked, because this is what Jed wants to do, is build through the high school ranks. So those are the guys I'm watching really closely.
Roman, how can people follow you?
I'm on Twitter, all forms of social media, at rtomashov34, at rtomashov34. And then if you want to hear more about the Huskies, Locked On Huskies is everywhere you get your podcast: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and the like. And then all my written work is at uwhuskieswire.usatoday.com.
There you go, Roman Tomashoff. He is locked on the Huskies, or should we say locked on the X-Cats. Roman, appreciate you taking some time to join us.
Thanks so much for thinking of me. This has been awesome.
There we go. Roman Tomashoff, locked on the Huskies, giving you your update on all your Arizona football, one-time Arizona football players that are now up there competing at the University of Washington. What's it called? Lake Washington? Is that where the stadium sits there and they have all the tailgating on the boats and all that good stuff there? Dragon Ball. You ever been up there?
I have not been up into the Pacific Northwest, but I do believe that is Lake Washington.
I've not been. I don't know that I've ever been there on a game day. I've been to Pullman for a game, but I've never been to Seattle on a game day.
Have you ever been to a Dead show in Eugene, though?
I've never been to any shows in Eugene.
At Autzen.
I've never been to a Dead show. I have been to. I've not been to a game at all. I've not been to a game at Autzen, but I did go to I obviously have been to a basketball game at the old facility there. What was the old facility?
Oregon State?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. At Oregon.
At Oregon, yeah. I can't think of it.
The old.
The wood building with all the shaking.
Place,
and
exactly.
Yeah.
I've been there. That was a pretty impressive old place to play some college basketball back in the day. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. Wes Johnson, U of A triathlon coach, going to join us top of the 5 o'clock hour. Glenn Howe will break down Arizona football at 5:20 as well. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic on your way.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions, Silverbell near Gorey on Silverbell to the north of Gorey. Oracle near Ina on Oracle to the south of Ina. Country Club and Speedway. Speedway and Country Club also crash reported. Weather-wise, 15% chance of showers into the evening. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. 96 the high, and a 25% chance of rain tomorrow. And a 97 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Average doesn't grow your business. Smart Strategy does. Cumulus digital campaigns outperform industry benchmarks by over 25%. You're not average, and your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to leave average behind.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start, and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at alaskanac.com.
They say that living a life of recovery isn't entirely about sobriety. It's more about community and staying connected. At Gospel Rescue Mission, we provide a new supportive community, a safe place to heal and grow.
Hi, my name is Michael. Because of your help and the community I found, I am now 9 years sober and living the life I never imagined.
Your support of Gospel Rescue Mission helps someone stay connected, stay sober, and stay alive. Go to grmtucson.com.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions, like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives a scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Your chance to win $5K a day. That's 5 winners, $1,000 each every weekday. $5K a day starts Thursday, September 18th. Just listen for the national keyword that we will announce 5 times each weekday. Then text the keyword to 95819. That's 95819. Do it 5 times each weekday for 5 chances to win. Your money's waiting, $5K a day.
This is Bill Ryder with a Sports Minute sponsored by Napa, the pros that know how to keep your business moving at full speed. Quietly, Baker Mayfield has turned himself into one of the NFL's best quarterbacks. He's not as flashy or maybe as talented as Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow, but he's a stone-cold winner as we saw on Monday Night Football. He has the second most touchdown passes since the start of 2024, and now, in back-to-back games, clutch wins. I'm Bill Ryder.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts, coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. J.W. Madden says he has something he'd like to say.
Anybody out there who knows Paul and Phoenix or Doug or any of the like, go ahead and tell them they can come back to the radio now that we're done talking about how Jonah Coleman is a Heisman Trophy candidate, how Ephesian Prysock and Takario Davis are going to be NFL cornerbacks one day. You can tell those guys they can come back to the radio now because clearly they tuned out for that segment.
There you go. All right. There is a team in the baseball playoffs.
Should do it. Harper's got it. He'll take it to the bag. And for the second consecutive season, the Philadelphia Phillies are the National League East champions. They win it in extra innings. They knock off the Dodgers by a final score of 6-5. It is their 13th National League East title.
So the Philadelphia Phillies win the National League East. Let's go into the clubhouse and hear from our guy Topper. Every time I think of Topper, I just think of that the guy from the 2 years ago. Topper, what's up, man?
We've got that somewhere. We've got it. We could run it back.
Let's hear from Topper's clubhouse speech after the Phillies win the National League East.
Toughness, resiliency, how you stay after it, day after day, inning by inning. I mean, we've had all kinds of adversity this year with travel and rain delays and injuries, and you guys have fought right through it. So this is for all of you, all the staff, the guys that we've left behind, Wheeler, Alvarado, Trey, Romano, they couldn't be here. The guys that have come up from Lehigh Valley and helped us out. This is a great team effort, Back-to-back National League East champions. That's too often, boys. So enjoy it. JT, how many we got left, buddy?
Whatever the hell it takes.
That's right.
Whatever the hell it takes, Topper. I guess that's their thing now with the Philadelphia Phillies. Rob Thompson, in case you are not familiar with who Topper is, the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies, who is, again, he's done a very good job since taking over that position and has got the Phillies back into the postseason. But I think at some point, Topper's got to win one, right? Because that is not, you can't just keep getting there. You can't just keep getting there in Philadelphia and not bring home the title if you're Rob Thompson. So Topper,
That goes
might be time to win one, brother.
That goes for any manager in baseball. We were having the same conversation about Dusty before he finally got his. We had the same conversation about Dave Roberts. We had the same conversation about Bobby Cox before he finally decided he was going to win one of them in Atlanta with all those division titles. No, if Topper's going to keep being a guy that's going to make the Phillies the class of the NL East, he needs to bring home the championship.
There you go. They are the first team in the Major League Baseball playoffs for this upcoming postseason, this upcoming run to October. I think I'll have to check this. We're talking about our BetMGM Network top plays early on. I believe we had Toronto winning as one of our. We didn't have a lot of futures in baseball, but one of our futures was Toronto winning the American League East that we had. So they currently have a 5-game lead and have won 5 in a row. They've lengthened the lead in the last few days over the Yankees because the Yankees have lost their last 2 contests. So the Jays have a 5-game lead now over the New York Yankees. So we'll have to go back and check that. But I think we do have that future. We also had the Phillies. Speaking of the Phillies, we had their closer, I think, having the most saves. How many saves does that guy
While you're looking that up, speaking of the Phillies, it's almost been 2 years, guys. This was the 10th. This was the 25th of October is when this took place.
Oh,
Topper. What's up, man?
Feeling like
Topper? What's up, man?
By the way, DK, I hate to go ahead and be the person to go ahead and be the actually.
Yeah.
The Brewers clinched a playoff spot on Saturday.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Oh,
so
see, I'm so detached from what happened over the weekend. So my bad. My bad, Milwaukee fan. My bad, Brewers.
So the Brewers clinched their playoff spot first, but the Phillies are the first team to clinch a division. So that's what the Phillies did.
All right. So the Brewers clinched a spot. They just haven't won their division because the Cubs are still there.
The Cubs could still steal the NL Central.
They're 5 back.
Yep.
Mets are 12 and a half
Cubs
back.
are 5 back.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Cubs are 5 back. They've won 2 games in a row. And then the Dodgers lead by just 2. That could come down to the end. The Dodgers and the Padres. Of course, the final series for the Padres will be against the Diamondbacks. And
how are you going to go win 84 games with that roster?
The Dodgers?
Yeah. I mean, didn't they spend like 3 times as much as anybody else this year?
Kind of.
And you're even getting Shohei Ohtani back on the mound, which was one of the big things that was going to be the next thing to put him over the stratosphere. This may be a club that may actually miss out on going to 95 wins. I mean, not even getting to 96 wins or something with that roster. A couple MVP winners on there. I mean, that's going to be something to look out for once we get into the postseason. But like you said, DK, there's a lot of races right now that are still wide open.
Well,
in
the
Major League Baseball.
The Mariners right now are the hottest team in baseball. Have won 9 games in a row.
And they're still only a half game up on the Astros.
On the Astros. Exactly. That's the best division right now. You got 3 teams competing for that championship there. Mariners with a half-game lead on the Astros and now 3 up on the Rangers, who've lost 2 in a row, to fall a little bit off the pace there. But that is a good division right there.
The Cleveland Guardians are also 9-1 in their last 10, DK.
They are. They play tonight. They've won. In fact, they're winning, I believe, 2-1 currently over the Tigers. So they would probably need I don't know if they play, if this is the last series. Let me look it up real quick. Against the Tigers, or they have a back-to-back. Yeah, so this is the first of the last 2. So they're in Detroit for 3, then they go to Minnesota, then they play Detroit for 3 at home. So technically, if they could dominate Detroit, you got a chance to steal the division title there too.
Yeah, they're only 6.5 back.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. Detroit, Minnesota, Detroit, and Texas to finish the season for them. 520-848-1290. All right, we're going to talk some at the top of the hour. We're going to talk some UA Triathlon. Big meet coming up for the ladies. Their first ever home meet. We'll get the juice on that from Wes Johnson, head coach, as well as talk some Arizona football in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll break it down with Glenn Howe, our Arizona insider. Dragon Ball has everything happening in sports, where Indiana is leading Atlanta 17-10 in game 2 of their WNBA first round series, as well as sports around the world.
Well, looking around campus today, the Arizona volleyball team will be looking for the crowds to show up at the McHale Center. They aim to bounce back after their 6-match winning streak ended this past weekend at the Washington tournament and now sit on a 2-match losing streak. But today's Teacher Appreciation Night. We'll also have post-game autographs after the Cats finish their contest against UTEP for their final match before taking on number 1 Nebraska this upcoming weekend. And the race for the final National League wildcard slot is still wide open, and the Diamondbacks certainly helped their cause as they managed to get themselves back over 500, with players not in the starting lineup even contributing to the action in this last one.
Now pinch hitting for Alec Thomas. It is going to be the right-handed hitting Jordan Lawler.
Lawler drives it deep to left. It's on its way, and he just missed it. Jordan Lawler with the RBI double.
Such a sweet swing from Lawler, and he was denied his first major league homer by maybe 2 feet. What a great contribution off the bench.
Again, 6-run, 6th inning pushed Arizona past the Giants to take the series opener. They now have just a game and a half back of the Mets in the final National League wildcard spot, with the second game against the Giants set for 6:40 this afternoon. Something to monitor, the WNBA playoffs continuing today. Atlanta and Las Vegas both looking to complete the 2-game sweeps in their series against Indiana and Seattle, respectively. But the eyes are on the Mercury and Liberty series for tomorrow. New York star Breanna Stewart will be a game-time decision after injuring her left knee in Game 1 this past Sunday. The Mercury trying to avoid the 0-2 hole that the Fever and Storm potentially face today with the results of those contests upcoming. And as you mentioned, DK, Indiana currently up by 6 as we near the end of the first quarter. I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Your home for U of A football.
Nobody will catch him. Touchdown, Arizona.
Men's basketball.
Midcourt. Shot is up. Good.
And baseball.
Here comes the winning run. And the Cats have won it.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. With collisions reported, new wreck reported downtown, Congress and Pennington and Congress, Country Club and Speedway, Oracle south of Ina, and also Silver Bell to the north of Goree. And weather-wise, very slight chance of some showers into the evening. Tomorrow, 96, the high, mostly cloudy, and a 25% chance of rain tomorrow. It is 96 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing.
A neighborly company.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions, like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives a scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down, and that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Football season is here. Oh, man. Believe has the podcast to enhance your football experience. From the pros.
One of the most interesting quarterback rooms.
To college.
Michigan is set at 8.5 wins.
To fantasy.
If you feel that way, why didn't you trade him?
Become a better fan and listen to the football podcasts from Believe.
Just search Believe. That's BLEAV podcast.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
So hot. Hi, can I help you?
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought, this AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We mentioned at the top of the show, no home football this week. It is a bye week. But we do have a pretty big happening on campus Saturday, the first ever home meet for your national champion Arizona Triathlon team. Well, how's this going to work? What's it going to look like? Let's find out. Let's chat with the head coach of your Arizona Wildcat Triathlon squad, Wes Johnson, joins us now. And Wes, you guys there are not a lot of meets throughout the year. I think there's probably only like about 4 or 5, but finally nice to have one of those be here at home. How long in the making was this duel in the desert here, in which you guys will be going up against the rivals from up north?
Yeah, we're really excited. It's probably in the making. It's been since really the day one stepping on here. We've been thinking about how hosting an event and being ready to do that. So it's kind of been a couple of years in the making. So we're really excited to finally make it happen.
All right, so how's this going to work in terms of, what the layout's going to be? I was talking to one of the girls a few weeks ago. It's all going to be on campus, which is going to be kind of cool.
Yes, 100% on campus, the full course. So they're going to swim in the pool, and it's a semi-final format. So they have to qualify for the finals at 9 a.m. So there's going to be 2 preliminary heats at 7 a.m. and 7:30 that will determine who's in the finals at 9. And so, and then 9 o'clock will be the final heat. And so in the finals, they'll do a 400-meter swim, and then they'll do just almost a 10-kilometer bike, which is 4 laps, all on campus in the mall and Cherry Cherry Avenue, all that. Like they're doing 4 laps. So if you're there, it's actually a really fun spectator because you're going to see him racing a lot in packs on the bike. And then the run is 2 laps for that race. So the run will be about like half of a 5K, 2.5K. So really fast, running multiple loops around the mall, around the campus. So it's really easy to watch, and it's easy to cheer against ASU. So, so it's an easy race to watch. We'd love for anyone that can come out to be there.
So now let me back up. You said there's going to be a preliminary where competitors will qualify. Is that a short? Is that the same? The 3 disciplines, but just shorter?
Yeah, it's 3 disciplines, but it's 50 distance from the final. So they have to be in the top 6 from each heat, and then we'll take the next couple of fastest times of the run, so we'll go to the final in the AM. So, but it is shorter. So anyone that wants to come, we want to push them to come at 9 a.m., not the preliminaries. Come to the final.
We're chatting with Wes Johnson. He's the head triathlon coach at the University of Arizona. So how difficult is that to have to qualify? And is that the normal structure where you go to a lot of these events? Is there a pre-qualifying part of that, so the girls are kind of used to having to do that, essentially do 2 competitions in a short period of time?
It's not I think we're the only race doing this format. It's because when you do it in a pool, you have to have a little bit of a different format because you want everybody to start together. And there's too many athletes to start together for doing it in a pool. So we have to somehow determine the final heat, which will be the top 16 athletes from both teams. So but there is a professional league called Super Tri. It's the International Pro League they have out there. And it's very similar to this. They do a full triathlon, pretty short. They'll have like a 10-minute break only. Then they do it again. Then another 10-minute break, and they do it again. So it's pretty brutal format, but it's also something that we're trying to prepare them if they go on to race professionally, that they're prepared for this style of racing also.
And this is, it'll just be Arizona and Arizona State, or are there any other schools competing?
Just Arizona State, yes.
So head-to-head against the rivals, which has been interesting because you've been to 2 events already this fall. You've been to the Southern Hills Collegiate Cup up in South Dakota, where you guys won that one, and then you went out to the Desert Edge Collegiate Cup in Loma, Colorado, and the Sun Devils won that one. So it's been exactly what we thought it was going to be. These two schools, these 2 teams from Arizona are right at the top of it once again this year.
Yes, exactly. It's definitely close, but we're excited to represent here at home and give it our best.
Chatting with Wes Johnson, triathlon coach, University of Arizona. So now, after this event, Wes, there'll be a little over a month between this event and the NCAA West National Qualifier. Was that similar to the scheduling last year, or would you like to maybe have another competition in between that?
Well, the interesting thing is almost half of the team is racing at the World Championship, representing their countries in between that, which is in Australia. So we kind of wanted this break to allow those athletes to race World Championships, and then they get home on Monday and we leave on Thursday of that week to regionals. So it's going to be quite the whirlwind, but when we have athletes trying to get to the Olympics, these are things we have to juggle.
There you go. And that'll be down in Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. And then the national championships this year will be up in the valley, up in Tempe. An advantage there that it's out here?
Advantage probably for ASU, yeah. I mean, the advantage for us would be more people from the university and from Tucson can go.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
But it's essentially their course.
Yeah, it's their course. Yeah, but, nothing better than beating them on their course, too. So, so we're ready to do that.
We had a chance a few weeks ago to talk to Mia Wency, sophomore from South Dakota. Kind of cool. She got a chance to go home that first meet and compete in front of a lot of family and friends. Where is she in her second year in the program?
She's in her second year. Yeah. Sorry. What was your question?
Where is she in terms of her development in her second year?
Yeah. Oh, she's incredible. I mean, she was the junior national champion this summer. She took third in South Dakota. She had a little bit more of a rough race, but some things happened in this last one. But the shorter races are kind of her sweet spot. So we're kind of expecting her to shine this weekend. She's really, really good at the shorter stuff. So kind of fits her. So yeah, she's developing well. She's headed to the World Championships also. Winning the junior nationals earned her spot to World Championships. So we're preparing for that as well as regionals and nationals. So a lot on the horizon for her, for sure.
You mentioned, obviously, and kind of going back to what we were talking about before, the certain races are maybe a little bit longer than others. This is a shorter race. When you put that together, how did you decide how the length of what the distances were going to be in terms of how long?
Well, the classic distance, is the sprint distance, and then there's the super sprint distance they call it. And that is also an event in the Olympics, which is the mixed relay. So it's in the Olympics, it's 2 guys, 2 girls on a mixed relay. And so it is important that we develop getting good at that distance also. So we're pretty close to that distance on the finals. And then we are also actually doing a relay here too. So we will have 3 races.
Oh, wow.
There's a relay at 10 a.m. also. So it's a three-person relays. And they each do some bike run and then tag off. So it's not like you're splitting up the disciplines. So we will have 3 teams. ASU will have 3 teams. That will also be really exciting to watch.
Wes Johnson joining us, U of A Triathlon head coach. Kelly Wetland obviously finished second at Nationals last year. How has she improved potentially to put herself in a spot to possibly be the individual national champion this year?
Yeah, oh man, it's very possible. She just beat the national champion from last weekend. She, raced her first World Cup this summer and was top 10, which is showing she's right on the path to getting to be one of the top in the world, getting to hopefully to LA Olympics. So she's definitely on the rise and has a high possibility of winning overall this year for sure.
Should be interesting for sure. Coming up this weekend, it is the first ever home meet for the Arizona Triathlon team. Duel in the Desert, Arizona and Arizona State. Preliminary events begin, you said, Coach, at 7 a.m. Is that correct? And then the main event with the finalists will be right at 9 o'clock.
Correct, yeah. 9 o'clock is the one we want everyone at.
All right, so come on out, get out there at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning and have a chance to see your Arizona Wildcats national champion triathlon team. Only chance to see them at home, but of course the national championships will be up in Tempe. That'll be Saturday, November the 8th. Hey, Wes, best of luck, continued success. Looking forward to an exciting last 3 events to this season here, and hopefully a second straight national title.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Wes Johnson, triathlon head coach at the University of Arizona. So, again, not easy. Not easy. They lost to the Sun Devils. I believe it was Sunday. Yeah, it was this past weekend.
DK.
Up over in Loma, Colorado. The Sun Devils got the victory in that particular event.
Do you know what word has never been ushered in the same word as triathlon?
What's that?
Easy.
Easy.
No. Not associated with what triathlon is.
Well, I can't swim, so I can't even do it.
Nor the word short.
Yeah,
not quick. It's not a quick event.
No, I mean, just looking at the times from last weekend, he mentioned Kelly Wetland won. She beat Ruth Party, who was the champion last year. Kelly won that in 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 48 seconds. Ruth Party came in at 1 hour and 4 minutes. So she beat her by almost a full minute, did Kelly Wetland. U of A's, I believe, Dana Krylova finished 15th. So the Wildcats had 1st, 15th, and 19th there. The Sun Devils had 5th, 12th, 20th, and 23rd. And so that's how they were able to sneak out a 12-point win, 295 to 283 over the Wildcats. San Francisco finished 3rd with 276, TCU, and then South Dakota. So very interesting, again, how this is all going to work. The prelims at 7, but be there for the finals at 9 on Saturday. the duel in the desert. I've never. I mean, again, I get it. It's like I've never really liked the term duel in the desert, but because they've used it for so many different things over the years. But it is Arizona versus ASU. We'll just refer to it as the Territorial Cup Series matchup this Saturday at the U of A campus.
I think that's the problem. Is there's the rub because Territorial Cup is so synonymous with football, and so a lot of people don't want to use that terminology for all the other sports where the ASU and Arizona going at it. But it is technically the T-Cup Series because the teams get points throughout the year. We just need to come with a different alliteration, DK, than duel in the desert.
No, maybe we'll put that out a question. Maybe make that a question of the day here, and let the folks decide. Let you decide. What you want to call these matchups that maybe are not football, and we don't want to call everything Territorial Cup Series. We want to come up with something else.
Meet in the heat.
Meet in the heat.
That could work for the track and field stuff.
With two E's, people, 2 E's.
That definitely could work for this. All right, let's talk some Arizona football next. Wildcat Breakdown. Glenn Howell will join us. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. Is the number to get in on the program. You are listening to us and Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and the weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. With a crash at Campbell and Speedway Boulevard and Campbell collision reported. Also, road work and backups on Speedway Boulevard eastbound on Speedway approaching Swan travels down to 1 lane. And for your weather, there's a slight chance of some showers this evening. For tomorrow, 96, the high with a 25% chance of rain, and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Tune into Wildcats Radio 1290 weekly for Brett Brennan's Football Press Conference, where you can catch up on all things Arizona football this season. The Football Press Conference, sponsored by Coors Light.
Stay connected while you're on the go with the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. Listen to Arizona Wildcats play-by-play. Get the latest news on your teams and more, all in one place. Download Wildcats Radio 1290 app from the App Store or Google Play today. Wildcats Radio 1290 app is sponsored by Goodfellas Home Solutions.
For quality, honesty, and service you can count on, call Goodfellas Home Solutions. Because when you need help around the house, we can fix it. Need a kitchen or bathroom makeover? Dealing with a clogged drain, leaky faucet, or sewer issue? We'll take care of it fast. We handle just about anything under your roof. Goodfellas Home Solutions. GoodfellasAC.com.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcasts. So if you've been injured, make the right choice. First
Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The grizz cracks me up. And I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at AlaskanAC.com.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The top-seeded Minnesota Lynx started their WNBA playoff journey with a dominant Game 1 victory over the Golden State Valkyries. 5 different Minnesota players finished in double figures, and they were led once again by Nafisa Collier, who scored 20 points in the victory. After falling in the WNBA Finals last year, the Lynx have been the best team in the league this season. They finished with a 34-10 record, and behind Collier, they're built for another deep playoff run.
We are all, a little bit older in a sense that, we have the experience of hard games. We've been tried and tested, and especially last year we went through this and we have our core team back. Resilience is something that we've been preaching about for the last 2 years, that we have. It's just one of our strengths.
Minnesota can advance to the semifinals with a Game 2 road victory over Golden State on Wednesday. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Olivia Harlan-Decker on Westwood One.
For the first time ever, you can get all of ESPN in the new ESPN app, along with Disney Plus and Hulu, with one incredible offer. The most live sports, biggest blockbusters, and most talked about shows. Get it all in one bundle for $29.99 a month for 12 months. Visit Disney Plus Hulu ESPNBundle.com for details. Ad-supported plan auto renews at regular price. Currently $35.99 a month, subject to change. Unless canceled. Ends 1/5/26. Terms apply.
Straight Talk presents The Math of More. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. Wildcats Radio 1290 is proud to bring you all of the football insights from our Arizona insiders. Our Arizona insiders are brought to you by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics.
Breaking down Arizona Wildcats football, U of A with a 23-17 win over Kansas State to move to 3-0 on the season. First time in 10 years that the Wildcats have been in this position. 2015, that fourth game they lost, however, at home to UCLA, and that was the game in which Anu Solomon got knocked out trying to slide, and things kind of went downhill from there for sure. But let's hope that that does not happen in this 2025 season. Number 2 for Brent Brennan. Pleased to be joined by Glenn Howe the tight end U of A football class of 1985, as always. Glenn, after watching the tape, what did you like most about the way the Wildcats got it done on Saturday?
Well, I'll tell you, Dave, being 3-0, and then after watching the tape said, man, we could do so much better. And we're 3-0. You know, I just really think that we could play better. We had too many drops. I think 2 drops we had on pass completions should have been completions, you know, and I think we could block better up front, even though we had 234 yards up front on the ground. I think that's pretty doggone good, but still we could get better. We could totally get better. Our defense is just, I think they're playing really, really well. I think they're playing with a lot of just aggressiveness and just being really ornery. And I like that. I really like the way that our defense is. They're playing very physical. They're just a good defense. They can get better also. They can get better also as of protecting a running quarterback. We see a running quarterback. I think they did a pretty good job on Johnson. I think they did a good job on him. And I think we just got to get this next week, get healthy, make sure, like, you know, we get Trey Smith maybe back and get some guys back, you know, that are just bumped and bruised and relaxed, and then just get better inside the 20 also. That's where I feel that we need to really work on, is to get having better play selection inside the 20.
Well, and that's where a lot, I think we're seeing, if you went back and I think you counted up all the penalties, I think probably at least I would bet 60+% of the penalties are coming in the red zone. So that is definitely a place where you don't want to be committing those styles of fouls. In terms of, and obviously it's been a little bit of a struggle for Rhino Tapa'atota in these first 2 games, but again, like we said on Monday, better to be struggling in wins than struggling in losses as he makes his way back. But are you seeing anything technique wise with him that maybe he's is it maybe just not doesn't have his quickness back that's allowing him to get beat on some of those outside rushes, and he's having to kind of hook some of those guys?
I just think that he just hasn't played enough. That's what I think. That's what I think it is. Because the one on the goal line, the first drive, all he did was just smother the guy.
Yeah.
And they called pass it, holding on it. I think he's going to get better. I believe Rhino's going to get better. So this next week, you really got to work on his technique, get his confidence back, and make sure that I just hope I can say this to Rhino, is that you know you're good. We all know you're good. Just play good. You know, I mean, that's the way he can do it. He knows he can do it, and I think he will.
The guy on the line that stood out the most to me in this game, Glenn, was Chuba Ma'ai. I mean, I thought Chuba at left guard was fabulous. I mean, he was in there mauling folks, and he may not have the athleticism of Michael Wooten. Michael Wooten might be a little bit more athletic and getting out on some of those pull situations, but in some of those straight line runs they were running off the left side, I mean, he was just twisting guys over and opening up holes. I really was impressed what Chuba did out there.
I think Chuba is just like Wendell Moe. I think he's almost like Wendell Moe.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the same build.
Well,
everything.
Wendell was taller. Wendell was
a little taller. Wendell was a little taller, but he was just about the same width. Okay, but he just was playing aggressive offensive line play, and you can't beat that. You just can't beat that.
We're chatting with Glenn Howe. He's our Arizona insider, and it is brought to you by Modelo. Modelo is brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, an official corporate partner of Arizona Athletics. The passing game, Glenn, and, they came out. I really liked, I call it the opening script. I thought they came out, they were going fast on that first drive. Noah was able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. And I think the one thing that's standing out is just his ability right now to spread it around to a lot of different guys. I mean, you saw Javen had the big game a couple of weeks ago. Still had 5 catches. You mentioned could have maybe had 7 if he hadn't dropped a couple in that ball game, but still had 5 catches. Chris Hunter got back and got his feet wet a little bit with 3 catches. You know, Sam Olsen had a couple of catches. Ishmael out of the backfield had that one big screen that went for 27 yards. Brandon Phelps maybe didn't get in as much. Luke Weissong had a nice slant catch on the one drive going down towards the closed end of the stadium. So he's spreading, and then Spivey had the big catch where he got leveled and was able to hang on. So and it's kind of what we thought we might see without Tetro McMillan in there is Noah being able to spread the ball around to a lot of different guys.
Yeah, and that's what's difficult for a defense to defend us. Is that they just can't concentrate on 1 or 2 guys. We got all kinds of guys that are going to be coming in and are going to be in play. They're going to be able to catch the ball. You know, you talk about Olsen getting a grab, and then we haven't even, seen our other tight ends get in there and get some balls. So I think we have a good plan of spreading the ball around, and I like the way they're doing it. But we just got, like I come back to what we need to do inside the 20. Inside the 20, I think, is so crucial for us. We got to be a little bit more creative inside the 20, and then let's use our tight end a little bit more, I think, in the inside the 20.
Yeah, well, I felt bad for Ken because the only target he got was the one where Nunu threw the interception, trying to get it to him on that reverse pass. But speaking of Nunu, to me, one of the most impressive passes I think I've ever seen Noah throw was that 4th and 3 down there in the red zone, and he just put that ball on a rope to Watley to get that to move the chains and get the first down there.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I think. When Noah is on and he can throw, and he's sitting back there and he's got good vision of the field, he can throw. He's very accurate. So I think that's a good sign of seeing Noah getting used to it. And Noah looked comfortable in there. He looked really comfortable. So I'm really excited about what we can do next week, the next couple of weeks. When we go up to Ames, which I think that we have a good chance of trying to win that game.
I thought it was kind of cool. I don't know if you saw the tweet, Glenn, that Todd McShay put out about Noah Fafita. When you've got a national guy like that who's obviously watching the ball game, a very highly respected evaluator of talent, and he calls you out for the solid play that you've got going on out there. I thought that's pretty cool for him to say what he said about Noah in that game. If you missed it, he said, Noah Fafita is one of my favorites in the country to watch. Friday night treat. He just slings. These receivers aren't helping much. Not the prettiest night, but confidence never dips. Noah just keeps ripping it.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great evaluation. Because Noah, I think, like I said, he's comfortable. He's feeling comfortable. So when he's feeling comfortable, he's going to throw the ball accurately. He's not getting rushed. We got to get a little bit better on the tackles. The tackles got to play a little bit better. We get those guys playing. I think the guys inside are playing really well. But if we get our tackles to be playing a little bit better, we can have a very, very successful offense.
We're chatting with Glenn Howe. It's Wildcat Breakdown. He's our Arizona insider. It is brought to you by Modelo. Modelo brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo is an official corporate partner of Arizona Athletics. Glenn, what stood out to you about Ishmael Mahdi's night? Obviously huge on the ground for the Arizona Wildcats. 189 yards rushing to go along with 32 yards in receptions as well. Big time night for that young man in just his 3rd game wearing a Wildcat uniform.
I just love the way he hits the hole. He hits the hole, and he's aggressive through the hole. He's got great vision and just gets north and south. If you try to tackle him, you better be ready. he's going to be able to. He's going to run your butt over if you hit him. Don't try to hit him up high. I think he's just a great runner he runs angry, and that's what I like about him.
All right, before we get to break, let's get the special teams in. We'll come back, talk about defense, and hand out our game balls. Obviously, an uneven night for the special teams. 3 missed field goals, although, again, Michael Salgado Medina did hit 2 crucial kicks in the third quarter, the 31-yarder and the 41-yarder. I honestly, if he could have made that last one, I think it's a very good night for him, because you'll have a gimme for him missing the 62-yarder, because not a lot of guys are going to make that. But we've seen now in 2 straight games, Glenn, some issues in the punt game, and in terms of the punt return and guys not maybe spacing themselves right and giving Jeremiah Patterson enough space to make those catches.
Yeah, I think that they on the punt returns, there's got to be some communication where you got to know where you got to know where you're at first when you're going back and you're blocking somebody, and where is the kick, and look where the kick is to understand that you're not going to get in the way of the returner. And then also, just the punt, the guy just missed the ball. He just missed it. Our punter just, he just missed the ball. He just didn't have good hands there. He had like he had oil on his hand or something. he just totally it was like a grease ball, and that was the worst thing. But the kicker the punt returner has to have enough space, and I'm sure they're going to be doing that this week, is making sure. We used to have a thing called Peter, and then you would say Peter, and everybody would get out of the way. Get out of the way, and you just got to have some calls on there to making sure that the guys understand, and people got to be aware of where the returner is.
It is Wildcat Breakdown, chatting with Glenn Howe. We're going to talk more. We'll get into the defensive side of the ball, and for the third straight week, we'll hand out some game balls. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Some backups and roadwork. Speedway Boulevard eastbound Speedway approaching Swan down to 1 lane. There's backups there as well. You could use FEMA instead. Crashes reported Alvernon near Fort Lowell, also Speedway and Campbell. So there is a chance of some showers into the evening. Tomorrow mostly cloudy, 96 with a 25% chance of rain tomorrow, and 92 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
Auto Nation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Kick off your week with Wildcats Radio 1290 for Modelo Mondays from 6 to 7 p.m. at Union Public House. Enjoy a refreshing Modelo, spin to win prizes, and more. Sponsored by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans, an official partner of Arizona Athletics.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
All right, she's inside. Are you good?
Yeah, it's just, she's my baby girl, you know?
I do, and ceramic coating was a good choice.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yep, I know.
Recon Auto Detailing. Enhance or restore your baby to her former glory with paint recondition, ceramic coating, paint protection, tinting, and more for full protection of your vehicle inside and out. New cars, old cars, we love them all. Recon Auto Detailing, 3829 North Oracle Road, Tucson. ReconDetail.com.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air-conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya guselkumab may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
You're listening to the Jim Rome Show.
The Red Sox could not have handled this any worse, nor was Devers ever going to go on Mookie Betts with it and say, I'll do whatever you need. So, the Red Sox, knowing they had a player that didn't want to be there, saw a way to get out from underneath a $250 million commitment and pull the trigger like the Moneyball team that they have become. Shocking, and then at the same time, not shocking at all.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
JT Auto, where their customers are family. Stop by their newest East Side location, conveniently located at 6947 East 22nd, just west of Cole. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guarantee, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where their customers are family. 372-7704. That's 372-7704. Or jtautoaz.com.
This is Zach Gelb with the Sports Minute, sponsored by Staybill. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Staybill. Visit sta-bil.com for more information. Rasheed Rice is serving a 6-game suspension as he pled guilty to 2 third-degree felony charges for causing injuries while driving a car at 119 miles per hour. And before the Chiefs lost to the Eagles, some Chiefs players thought it was a good idea to wear free 4 shirts for their deservedly so suspended teammate. And on Monday, Andy Reid said he had no issue with the shirts. The players wearing the shirts were idiotic, but Andy defending it is even dumber. I'm Zach Gelb.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wildcat Breakdown, joined by Glenn Howe, U of A tight end, class of 1985. U of A in the bye week at 3-0 after a 23-17 win over the Kansas State Wildcats, a game in which the U of A Wildcat defense held Kansas State under 200 yards of offense. And Glenn, Brennan came out this week and said, anytime you hold anybody under 200 yards in today's modern college football. That is a really, really good day. And what we're seeing with this defense is, and I've said before that I think this first 3 games has been an absolute microcosm of fall camp. And what we saw with the offense kind of struggling a little bit in the pass game at times, running the ball effectively, and the defense just putting all kinds of pressure and not allowing quarterbacks to make plays against them. And I think that's what we've seen from this defensive backfield and these linebackers and the variety of blitzes that Danny Gonzalez is throwing at these teams. It almost looks like they're confused out there. I was shocked at times, especially that one, I think it was a 4th down play where they had Avery Johnson just scrambling all around, and he had to basically throw it away on the sideline in the first half. I mean, it's almost like these guys have no idea what's coming at them at times.
Yeah, I just really like that the defense is playing like they know what they're doing. Okay, that's communication from the coaches. All the coaches on the defensive side of the ball are communicating well with the players because they don't look like they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. They look like they understand the concept of the call, and what is really important, I think, that with Ricky Hundley, when I was talking to Ricky Hundley before the game, is that you take the picture and you're going to see where the ball carrier is. There's about 4 or 5 hats in that picture. And that's what's great. They're all rallying to the ball, and that's what they need to have. They need to have a defense that rallies to the ball. And there's always, if you always see the guy running with the ball, you see him and he gets hit. There's 4 or 5 guys hitting him. And that's what you want to have. You want to have the 4 or 5 hats in the picture, and that's great.
Interesting, Glenn. I thought that, and going back to the pressure piece, I thought it was interesting that they basically blitzed all night, but then in that last drive, when Kansas State had the ball to go down and win the game, they backed off more into coverage. And we're only sending 3 guys. I think maybe there might have been one play where they sent 4 guys, but they weren't blitzing 6, 7, 8 like we saw even the possession before, where they got him off the field on 4th down. So I thought that was interesting. Why do you think they maybe backed off and got a little bit more cover side heavy on that last drive?
Because I thought that they knew that their front guys could get the pressure. And our guys that are our DBs and our linebackers were able to cover the guys. There was nobody that was going to run loose. So they felt pretty comfortable with their coverages and how they were doing it, and they were communicating well, and they understood where they needed to be. And I think that's why Danny just said, hey, we'll rush those guys, put pressure on them with the guys up front, which they're doing. They were beating those guys all day long. So let's just do that. And then we can maybe have them throw a ball. We can get an interception. I think that's where I think that we're getting more comfortable with the guys that are understanding the concept of the call. You've got to understand the concept of a call.
We're chatting with Glenn Howe. It is Wildcat Breakdown. He is our Arizona insider. Today it's brought to you by Modelo. Modelo is brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo is an official corporate partner of Arizona Athletics. Glenn, in terms of this defense and what we're going to maybe see moving forward, obviously you loved the fact we haven't seen a lot of Traden Stukes, but how about him? I mean, again, you look at that young man. I mean, he goes all the way back. I still say the first time I really saw Traden Stukes and said, who is this kid? He looks like he might be able to play a little. And that was the night that they got blown out 70-7 by ASU all the way back in 2020. And here we are 5 years later, coming off a knee injury. But how cool was it to see him come back and get that early sack to establish, hey, I'm still here. And they put out the video of kind of the hype video from the game. And he's one of the main ones in there getting the team fired up. And we always see that in the NFL films video. Who's that guy on every team that's the guy that gives the speeches before the games and gets the guys fired up? But that's Trayden Stukes on this team, and that's not surprising that it's Trayden Stukes on this team.
Yeah, Trayden Stukes, leadership. That's what I call it. That's what he is. It's all about his leadership. I think that, and then he leads not only but with his mouth, he leads with his action. He leads way he plays. He's a physical guy, and that's what the tone of our defense is. You can tell. I'm watching the game, and you're seeing that these guys are running around. They're just blasting people, and that's the kind of the old defense that in the 80s and in the 90s and the Desert Storm and then our defense in the 80s. Those guys used to run around and put hat on people, and that's what we're doing now. And I think that's what Danny Gonzalez is bringing, that energy, and the guys are just taking it.
All right, game balls for a third straight week. Game balls. I'm handing mine out on the offense. Obviously, Ishmael Mahdi, awesome game running the football. I thought his best play was actually the dump down screen where he just looked like he was shot out of a cannon to get 32 yards on that on a crucial third. I think it was a 3rd and 15, and he got 22 yards to move the chains there. So Ishmael Mahdi, and I'm going to go with Chuba Mai because of all the guys on the line. I thought he, to me, was the guy that stood out on a lot of those run plays as being a guy that made key blocks there. So I'm going with Chuba and Ishmael on offense. Who do you got on offense?
I got the three guys up front on offense, and I got Ismail. I got him as the game ball. The three guys, the center, the guard, and the two guards, I think did a great job. DeCabra's been playing well. He's never played center before. He's doing a good job, and they're just getting better and better every game. That's the front three. Now, if we can just get that virus over to the tackle position, that'd be great. Okay.
So
I don't catch the virus.
So Mahdi, DeCambra, Maya, and Deuced on defense.
Yep.
On defense, I'm going with Gavin Hunter. I just think Gavin he's been the hat layer. He's laid hat. He's made aggressive tackles in space. He's been able to cover guys as well. To me, he's been one of the more of the impressive defensive backs that we really weren't maybe a whole lot familiar with because he hadn't played much. He gets my defensive game ball. Who are you giving yours to on defense?
On defense, I looked at Genesis. I watched him. Genesis, even though he did have the most tackles, he had 8 total tackles, but he's just a presence out there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a guy that is just another leader. So we got some guys in that back four that are just leaders, that are just going by example and just playing really, really well. And my guy's going to be Genesis Smith.
All right.
Game ball.
There we go. Special teams. I got to give it to Ian Wagner again. He kicked 6 balls out of the end zone, and that was really the only highlight of an uneven special teams performance in that game. So Ian Wagner gets his second straight game ball from me.
Yeah, he has to get that, man, because they ain't giving it to anybody else. His brother's putting it in the end zone. I mean, you got to be able to catch the ball. That's your first thing that you got to do is catch the ball.
Yeah,
catch the ball. And then it's just you have to be able to do that. And I just think that Wagner's just kicking the ball out of the end zone is just really nice.
All right, Glenn, enjoy the week off. We'll talk to you next Saturday from before Iowa State and Arizona.
All right, bear down.
Glenn Howe.
Nobody brings you the inside scoop on your Arizona Wildcats like we do. Today's Arizona Insiders are brought to you by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Time now for your Casino del Sol replay. Casino del Sol is home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf. Play Sawilo. I got to get out and play Sawilo. I've not played Sawilo in quite some time. That's probably the one course me and my wife have not played yet. She's never played it. I've played it a number of times. We've never played it together. So we might do that this weekend with the bye week. Maybe get out and play Swilo over the weekend for sure. All right. In honor of the Phillies winning the National League East Division for a second consecutive year, we must go back to, you heard the post-game locker room chat from Rob Thompson, known as Topper, the manager, after 2 years ago, after the Diamondbacks eliminated the Phillies in the National League Championship Series. How can we ever forget how unhappy the Phillies fan base was with their team and with their manager, Topper?
We had home field for 2 games, and you let them come here and beat us?
Phillies need to sell Trey Turner. That guy's a f***ing idiot. We went farther without that guy. The Phillies, honestly.
Trade the whole f***ing team. This team f***ing blew today.
I want to say that I'm f***ing depressed. I had to ask 9 people for this f***ing cigarette.
Philly fans, we always stink.
Disappointment.
Oh, man, that was just straight garbage.
This sucks.
I hope they never f***ing play a baseball game again. Fire Topper. Topper! What's up, man?
Feeling like I want to go lay in traffic.
All them because I couldn't get a hit when we needed it. I love how we spent $700 million for guys to go 0 for 12 combined. Let's go Jets. It's a good point.
I'm feeling good because, we still got the Birds. Go Birds!
Go Birds!
Hit the ball, man. Come on, really? Hit the ball.
Overpaid.
That. Hey, wait, where'd you get this banana? From a homeless guy. Hey, how do we feel about Dancing on My Own as a song moving forward? You gotta cut it. Time to retire. Find something new.
Topper, what's up, man? Good stuff there. That is our Casino del Sol replay, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf. Appreciate our guests today on the show, Glenn Howe, Wes Johnson, Roman Tomashoff, talking Locked On X Cats. For J-Dub, Madden, for Dragon Ball, for Cricket, my name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Arizona Basketball Media Day live from McHale Center at 3 right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Collisions Craycroft south of Grant, Alvernon near Fort Lowell, Speedway and Campbell. Eastbound Speedway approaching Swan roadwork, travel down to 1 lane and there's backups as well. So there's a chance of showers into the evening tomorrow, mostly cloudy. 96 is the high. Chance of rain tomorrow as well, and it is a 92 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Get 2 #1 selling bacon cheeseburgers and fast food. Wendy's JBC, plus medium fries and soft drink for just $8. Total game changer. Order today, limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Claim per independent marketing research company.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-599-5858. 800-599-5858. That's 800-599-5858.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
There's never a good time for plumbing issues.
No.
Honey, my parents are here.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. With Drain Masters in Tucson, not only do you get local, professional, full-service plumbing with 24/7 scheduled or emergency service, you get a lifetime transferable warranty on all house water repiping. So this...
They brought my aunts and uncles, too.
is gonna be fine. Drain Masters, we do it all. And now offering financing. Solid service, fair price, guaranteed. DrainMastersTucson.com.
Tune in Saturday, September 27th, as your Arizona Wildcats football team looks to stay undefeated as they travel to Iowa to take on 12th-ranked Iowa State. The pregame starts at 11:30 a.m. Kickoff is scheduled for 4 p.m. only on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief.
It is the JR Sport Brief Show on the Infinity Sports Network. I'm coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you to everybody tuned in, wherever you might be, all over North America. Shout outs to my friends in Canada. Me, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much to our producer, Ryan Botcher. He's in New York City. Man, I'll be hanging out with you for one more hour. But I'm here on the Infinity Sports Network. I start every weekday. That means Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. We've had a lot to talk about today. We talked about some of these 2-0 teams in the NFL like the Chargers and the Bucks. Thank you so much. We appreciate Shannon Farron for joining us. Chargers radio sideline reporter. Feels good about the Chargers. Looks like they're going to go to the postseason. They may not win the division, but they should be back in the postseason. Thank you so much as well to Greg Allman. Covers all things NFL for Fox Sports. He's based down in Tampa Bay. He came through and had a chat with us about Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. They should definitely go to the playoffs as well. Their division sucks. It's them and the Falcons and pretty much nothing else, okay? And speaking of Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, he won a championship in Tampa Bay. A lot of people up in arms about Tom Brady hanging out in the booth yesterday, the coach's booth, with the Raiders. The day before, he's over here calling NFL games on Fox, and, well, damn it, we knew he was going to do both. What's the big deal? Get over it. People have not gotten over the tush push. People are mad about that. Get over that, too. And so we've discussed a lot. Of course, at the end of the show, we'll talk about a few things that took place this day in sports history. It's been September 16th all day long. We talked about Arch Manning, whether or not he'd have a job if his last name wasn't Manning. So if you've missed a minute of the show, hit rewind on the free Odyssey app. As simple as that. Much love to everybody tuned in live on their local Infinity Sports Network affiliate, wherever you live. You got SiriusXM, it's channel 375. And if you have a smart speaker, ask the speaker to play the Infinity Sports Network. 888-710-4ISN. That's 888-710-4ISN. Yeah, people are just going to complain about every and anything. Why the hell not? Got to find something to be miserable about. Got to pass the blame to somebody. For instance, like earlier today, we talked about somebody. He's complaining about people complaining about him. Oh, you don't remember what I did for you? You don't remember how long I've been good to you? And yeah, things have been bad recently. But you need to be appreciative of me. Like Dabo Swinney earlier today. Clemson is 1-2. People are looking at Klubnik and going, Heisman, what? Not you. And so Dabo, he's like, 5 people said I need to be fired, and then so they not firing me. Listen to Dabo.
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way, because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I don't know if that's good or not. To win your league 8 out of 10 years, to go to the playoffs 7 out of 10 years, to be in 4 national championships, win it twice. Yeah, we're a little down right now. Take your shots, but I got a long memory, in case y'all don't know. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. This is a program built to last, always has been, always will be. If you give up on us if you don't believe in us because we've lost 2 games down to the last straight and we're one, you didn't believe in us anyway, so it don't matter.